Hey guys, we'll be on shortly. Guys, Beyonce has a big secret. Wait till I show you. Okay, guys, let's do an art decode. Here I have GQ magazine that was just released with Beyonce on it just recently. And as soon as I saw this GQ magazine cover, I knew exactly what it was. If you don't know, myself and my husband, we decode and study artwork and music and so on, whether it be Renaissance or contemporary art. One of our favorite artists happens to be Basquiat because we found that he has shown the future in his pictures that were all painted in the 1980s. So when I see this picture, I see Basquiat's painting that I'm getting ready to show you. Now, I've actually flipped the image as well so you can see it from both angles. Now, before I get into the painting that I'm going to show you of Jean-Michel Basquiat, that Basquiat painted in 1982, a year after Beyonce was born. Close notes to the places in this magazine that they are making the focal point. I'd say the focal point is Beyonce's torso. I'd say the focal point are the ladders showing some sort of construction of some sort. So let's go to the picture. Here is the picture. This is the painting done by Jean-Michel Basquiat in 1982, and it is called Leonardo da Vinci's Greatest Hits. And I want you guys to pay attention to those ladders that I was telling you and those scaffolding that was on that magazine cover. All of these things are hidden in plain sight. I want you to also take notice that here we have in between the ladders, we have the torso. And I don't know if you guys remember, but in between the ladders and scaffolding are Beyonce's beautiful torso. What else is also taking place is you also see something here called study of feet. And that's when I started to get intrigued and say, okay, this must be showing me surgeries that Beyonce has gotten. So I went into it. I dug and I actually found that Beyonce got a surgery. Beyonce got a foot surgery in particular. Beyonce fans are running wild with unconfirmed theory that she's dancing less on her Renaissance World Tour because of a foot injury. Now, I started looking more into it, and it's just saying that her fans are running wild with unconfirmed theories and it's unsubstantiated rumors of a foot surgery. And I'm just like, who cares if Beyonce got foot surgery? She's a dancer. Dancers have foot problems all the time. But I just keep looking further and further. No one will confirm that she had a foot surgery. She was in Dubai performing in very small heels, not performing, sitting down most of the time. And people were wondering what's going on with Beyonce because she usually dances very hard when she performs. She's a very, very hard performer. And you even see that tweets were deleted. Tweets were deleted. For what? For saying that Beyonce had a foot surgery? Makes no sense. I realized it was just absolutely ridiculous for you to have a foot surgery. It made me go back to the picture. So I go back to the picture, and then I go back to in between the ladders, like I told you, where the torso is, and I see a crown for who? Queen Bee. But below the ladder, I see something else that was very troubling to me, and I've been trying not to see it, but here we are. That is clearly a scrotum and an appendage underneath of that torso. And what's above it is a crown. So I started digging more. Yikes, guys.
2-year-old, he worked every fucking penny of it. When y'all find out who he is in real time and who his sister helps run it, oh my God. You're gonna be like, oh, it's a no-brainer, man. He's already, you know who he is. You're gonna want to support it even more. Yeah, I live in LA, so what? I've been living in LA since I was 2 years old. I was taken and moved to Chicago. I sure don't fuck with you. I told you Sam is hips, nigga. I don't fuck with you, Angel. I don't fuck with you. Get your ass up out of here. Ask Miss Tina. She don't fuck with you. I told you. Beyonce my wife for real. She hermaphrodite. So am I.
Yikes. Did you guys just hear that? Did you guys just hear Cappy Poindexter say Beyonce is a hermaphrodite? The thing that I've been trying to ignore in this picture. So I move on and I say, okay, well, Beyonce can't move without Jay-Z over her shoulder. So I go back to the picture and I am looking over her shoulder as I showed you her torso, and her head is down here and the scrotum and penis that happens to be right there. So I say, where is Jay-Z? And my beautiful husband found Jay-Z right here. There he is. There is Jigga Man.
Jay-Z, motherfucker from the rock.
Okay, now let me show you. I blew it up here so you guys can see it. As you guys can see, it's the Jay-Z Basquiat hair. The energy that he's been stealing for the past few years.
I'm the new Jean-Michel. Surrounded by a wall, my whole team. Wow.
He's been wearing his hair like that. You also have Jay-Z's lips and his eyes and his nose. And if any of you want to deny that those are Jay-Z's lips, then you are just a liar, because those lips are undeniable. You know it. Now you need to ask yourself, why? Why hide these things? Why hide surgeries that are non-cosmetic? The reason is because Jehovah, you heard, Jay-Z and Baylantis are trying to be gods, but they're lying because they're not, because gods do not need surgery. Jay-Z and Beyonce are trying to stake their claim as gods because they are fully aware that the world is breaking, and all of you know that it's breaking too. If you want more art decodes like this, just comment. Guys,
And twice with your soap. Put a crew together. We're going after him.
It's not a book. It's a weapon. A weapon aimed right at the hearts and minds of the weak and the desperate. It will give us control of it. If we want to rule more than one small town, we have to have it. People will come from all over. They do exactly what I tell them if the words are from the book.
It's happened before.
What did you mean when you said it's not just any book?
It's the only one.
Really?
After the war, people made it their business to find and destroy any that the fires didn't get already. Some people said this was the reason for war in the first place. Anyway, it's the only one that survived.
How'd you get it?
They said that the war tore a hole in the sky. You probably heard the stories.
Yeah.
Tore a hole in the sky, sun came down, and burned everything. Everything and everybody. You were lucky to hole up and hide in a place like this or underground. Most people weren't lucky. So, a year later, we started coming out, and people wandered around. I didn't know what I was going to do, trying to find a place to survive. One day, I heard a voice. It's hard to explain, but it was like it was coming from inside of me. But I could hear this as clear as I can hear you talking to me now.
What did this voice say?
It led me to a place where I found a book buried under some rubble. The voice told me to carry the book out west. Told
This is for you. It's some water for washing and some food. A little special reserved your compliments of the house. I need you to take this or say something so I can find you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Can I get you anything else?
No, thank you. You get blinded in the war by the sun after.
I was born this way. I think probably I'm lucky because I was already used to being like this by the time it happened.
All right, well, thank you for the food.
You're welcome.
World War III. Hot and cold, lasted from...
Hold. Female. Roverback has her. 125 yards. Solo. Waiting to move in. 75 yards. Hold. One more. You're still constantly overreacting. I have absolutely no idea how I've managed to keep you alive so long. Now, let's run through the modern presidents.
What good's all this history crap gonna do me?
Just do the presidents.
Oh, God. Eisenhower, Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, Ford, Kennedy.
We'll be signing an executive order establishing the President's Commission to Make America Healthy Again. We have some great people on that commission. Chaired by our new secretary, this groundbreaking commission will be charged with investigating what is causing the decades-long increase in chronic illness, reporting its findings, and delivering an action plan to the American people. And it's going to be a plan that people are really waiting to hear. Bobby, I want to thank you. You've gone through a lot. It's taken great courage. You've been amazing, actually. I'd call him and say, "You're going to be okay." And he said, "I know, I really do." He's really been supported, amazed by Cheryl and his family. And it was a very tough, it was a very nasty group of people that were after him. He was tougher and he was smarter than they are. And that's why he's here today. There.
Father ultimately ran, and Johnson then dropped out. So Al Lowenstein succeeded. And although Al Lowenstein was on the other side now, running against my father with Jim McCarthy, my father wrote him a note, a quote from Emerson, where he said, "If a single man bent himself firmly on his own ideal, and there abide, the whole wide world will come round to him." For 20 years, I've gotten up every morning on my knees and prayed that God would put me in a position where I can end the childhood chronic disease epidemic in this country. On August 23rd of last year, God sent me President Trump. And he gave me
I don't know what to say to how to make you understand. You're not thinking clearly. You can't go down there and ever hope to come back. She knows it. Down on his hate solos. Enough road packs have raided down there and raped their women and stolen their food. And they'll have the defenses up and they'll catch you and they'll kill you.
What the hell do you care? You're always saying you'd be better off without me anyway.
Oh, forget about her, Vic. Let her go. Let's look
Flying sounds of primeval savagery. We close the presentation of Sound Tours into the Past. Today, Chapter 3, Africa, the Dark Continent. Tomorrow, Chapter 4, Alaska. From Fidelity Almanac.
Give me that I'm sorry bullshit. You're as crazy as the rest of these damn nuts.
Maybe stupid, but they're dumb like you.
Oh, no? They bring me down here to make babies and then hook me up to the stupid machine. That's real smart.
Population control, in case you haven't heard of it. 35-year-olds are pregnant, and then you're killed.
All right, guys, we are back. We wanted to. I put the link in the chat. I really, really, really hope that you guys join us, and please help us with everything that you are explaining there, because treat me like I'm like a slow learner. I'm like a child. I need someone to explain things to me. You know, I didn't like books that didn't have pictures. Okay, so I started this thing back up because I wanted to know if anybody had any questions, if anybody wanted to go over any of the pieces that we went through in the video. I saw that some of you had some like a really amazing input, but let me just give a shout out to PBS Lover and DJ. Thank you for joining us.
Tell Drake to text me.
Okay, and DJ, can you please text Santana? He wants to ask you something right now. So shoot him a text. Oh, is it going to be your regular phone or Telegram? Telegram, please. Send him a text and Telegram. Oh, wait a minute. We no need. Because we have him here.
Oh, right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to
introduce you to somebody, and just get your pen and paper ready, okay? Because this person that just dropped down here, I mean, honestly, I'm shocked and very grateful because we've been trying for so long to get him to come up here and spit his wisdom because he has mind blowing information. And you're probably just gonna try to go find one of those silent retreats after you hear what he has studied. Draco, please introduce yourself. Where you at, man? Can't hear you. Hello, hello, hello. I lost him. He lost connection. He's probably going to come right back. Somehow we lost connection, but when he gets back up here, you guys are in for a treat.
Hey, how y'all guys doing?
Are we good, man? We good.
Hey, Draco, how you doing, brother?
Everything's good, man. I hope my connection's better than the other day.
No, you crystal clear now, and I was because Santana was having issues with you on Telegram. He still is. That's why he was asking for you to send him a message. All right, so let's jump into it because man, you've been dropping some bombs. So where do we need to start? How far do we need to go back? I'll go back if it's you want to touch on because you were talking about so much stuff, and I'll look back at the chat, so I don't know which part of the art you were talking about. So,
Yes, the Basquiat art. Let me bring it up.
oh, we just lost him again. Listen, please, guys, do not go anywhere. The reason that we are having these issues right now is because you're about to learn something you ain't never learned before. So please just be patient. He's trying to get his connections. I'm trying. Okay. Trying to monitor this. I'm waiting for him to come back, guys. So just give me a second. All right, it looks like he just popped back in here. Let's see if
keep doing that.
Yeah, man. Listen, it's not just us. One of our other friends,
Santos Bonacci.
Santos, he's been having serious connection issues.
So go ahead, brother, before they cut you off.
Yeah, on the Basquiat art, I would like to point out the motion lines that I see, possible motion lines.
Which piece of artwork are you speaking of?
The one you just showed. What was the name of it?
The one we just showed. The one that said ideal or the
yes, ideal.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that one, man. You have no idea what happened to me that night when I found that. So I am really intrigued to see what you have to say about this one. All right. Let me pull this up. My computer's moving super slow, guys. I apologize. All right. Here we go. All right. What we looking at? See your chat? Did we lose him again? Oh. I lost you. I didn't even know I lost you again.
Well, anytime I go out, I'm just gonna come right back.
All right.
And so just keep continuously kicking it out.
All right, let's walk with you. I got it up. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it. Now at the bottom, you see the cross next to the red mark.
Correct.
Now the motion lines, if you look at it, it looked like it's turning left.
Yes.
Right. So if it's turning left, if it's in motion, it's a swastika. Also, if you look at the other ideal pictures, if you look at the painting, it looked like it's also in motion. The one to the upper right, it's in motion.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So even when the picture of the man with the X's on his eyes, it looked like, I'm assuming he's being pushed down because you got Adele, then
there's a hand like towards his chest also holding him down. Then you have motion lines.
Do you see the big red gun? Do you see this big red gun? And then you even see like the action, like smoke, or like, you know, like a bullet just flew out of it. Do you see this? Are you there? Did I lose you again? Yeah, I lost him again, y'all. He's gonna come right back. Click what thing? He's not here yet. He just got here.
Right.
All right, here we go. All right. Could you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see the big gun right here?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
To the far right.
Yeah, and that's he's getting shot because you see like the smoke coming from where the bullet came from, the barrel.
It's Osama bin Laden.
Because this is the assassination of Osama bin Laden. This is
Okay.
entertainment purposes only. For entertainment purposes only. Go ahead.
Oh wow, yeah, that's good. Also, when you see the Neptune in Roman, that was the goddess of the sea.
Yeah.
So when you speak about the money grab, goddess of the sea, that's commerce. Sea is commerce. The Neptune but they have 2 tridents instead of 3. I
Yeah.
don't know why. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Because look like the spike is right here. Like it's flown off of the middle one. You see that?
Yeah, I see it.
But I don't know. So keep moving forward. Keep building. Keep building. I want to see what you see.
If you look at the man left arm, his fingers, it looked like he had 4 fingers on his left arm and 3 fingers on his right. Now the left one is the one that I'm assuming is above his head, and the right with the 3 fingers is towards the gun.
Mm-hmm.
And as he lifting up his hand, then it's more motion lines. So I'm assuming.
Yeah, and do you see the motion lines right here where the turban is like in motion, flying off his head? Do you see these motion lines? Because like now you're making me see these things. Look, he just coming back.
Above his left arm with the 3 lines going up. What is that creature with the 2 eyes? That's in black and white and gray.
That's a pig.
That's a pig?
Yeah, that's a pig because it's like a piggy bank. Well, that's what I'm seeing because you know it was a cash grab. You know, all of this was about stealing all the gold from Iraq and Afghanistan. And a lot of gold was stolen from the World Trade Center during 9/11 as well. So this whole thing is talking about money. So that's why when you were talking about basically the what did you call it? Not currency. What did
Commerce.
you say? Commerce, right. When you said commerce, that makes sense because you know all of this they had to use a lot of resources to play this thing out the way that they did. But go ahead, keep building because they keep cutting you off. Keep going.
Yeah, I know, right? That's crazy.
Yeah. It's not though. It's like I'm so used to it now, man.
So then you have a L on the red. On the spaceship to the red, you have a gold L on a red brick road.
Yes. Yes. Keep going. Hold on, y'all. He about to come back. This is how you know what he's trying to tell you is important. And it's funny that he's bringing this yellow and red brick road up because I don't know if y'all watched. I did a short video and I briefly talked about the Wizard of Oz. And I'm so happy he's here right now because he has an understanding of the Wizard of Oz that's fantastic. And it's going to be beneficial to all of you guys. So I'm glad that he's bringing that up because he's pointing out right now where we are in this picture, guys. He's pointing out the yellow L that's on the red circle that's connected to that when they have ideal there. For whatever reason, he put 2 L's there. Anybody who else is in the chat and has any questions, please feel free to tap that link.
Fuck. You.
My bad. I'm talking to you the whole time. I was muted. Go ahead.
Oh shit.
The yellow L on the circle because he has 3 L's actually. Now that I'm looking at it, he's got 3 L's on this ideal by itself. So it's
Right.
3 L's. Be all.
But
they keep cutting them off. They keep cutting them off, y'all. This makes.
the first L is 90% gold.
Do you think that you should try to call through the phone?
Call you through your phone so I can play it through the phone.
Okay, okay, we can try that.
All right, okay. All right. We're gonna try with the phone way, see if we can keep a steady connection because man, every time he's getting ready to get into it, they shut him, they kick him out. Clearly, I'm not kicking him out, y'all. Clearly, I've been trying to get this person to come on this show for a while now. So we're just waiting for him to call back. Hold on, guys. Because this is why I need the extra eyes, because it's like I've seen this picture so many times and I noticed that ideal was bigger, but I never really paid attention to the fact that it's 3 L's there and only that one. And then he's got 4 lines in front of it too, because it's an action. Okay, you got on speaker? All right, Drake. All right. All right, let me make sure that everybody can hear you. Hold on. Let's do a test real fast. All right. Just say hello so I can hear. All right, hold on. Because I got a delay, of course. Hold on, guys. And if y'all in the chat, let us know if y'all can hear him well. Nope, but they can't hear. Because I can't hear. It was better the other way. Yeah, it's better the other way. All right, let's try it the other way again. Let's see if that works this time. Maybe we reset it. All right. Hold on, guys. Please bear with us because it's worth it. It's worth it. Like, we can have a conversation with him anytime to ask questions, but he don't do this. He don't come on platforms and teach. So consider yourselves lucky. Get your pen and paper ready, and let's start digging into this. I'm waiting for him to get back in here. No, I didn't want that. Hold on, guys. All right, he's here now. All right, let's go.
Yes. We were speaking about the L on the red.
Yes.
Then it's the green L on a blue with some red up. I'm going to say to about the knee. There's another L behind of it that's 90% gold and it's some white.
Right.
3 different colors. Now, if you look at all the L's, there's 3 over here. There's another one on the ideal on the upper right hand corner
Yep.
that's red on the paint. Now it's 4 L's. Then if you look to the far left of the ideal on the left hand side, you see 4 number 1s or
Yeah,
maybe B1s.
it's 4. It's 4 of them. 1 yellow,
Yeah.
1, 3 green, and yellow.
Then they have an ideal in the middle.
Right. Right here. He's coming back, guys. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. Every time he's getting ready to explain, they cut him off. Hold on, guys. This is terrible. Here we go. He's back. Here we go. All right.
Oh man! So if you look at the E's is more large than the rest of the characters in all 3 ideals.
Correct.
E. But also, it's so much in there. Because I'm just focusing on the colors primarily, but also if you look at the ideal to the far left,
Mm-hmm.
it's an E in front of it, and it's the E sort of behind of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, is that a EE or a sub E, or how to actually to depict that one? Because when you look at the E, it also could be an F.
It's to give a 3D effect.
Right.
That's why when you were saying that they were motion words, it's like, okay, no, I get it, because everything is in motion. Like that ideal is in motion. His left arm is in motion. The bullet leaving the barrel of the gun is in motion. The hat is in motion. It's a lot of that going on here. And I guess he's gone again. Okay. He is.
Pull up the other picture. Tell Drake to just to give me a call. And hey Drake, give me a call. Just give me a call. I'm gonna go to another picture and break something else down. Stay here with us though. But give me a call, and we're gonna try to find another way to get this done without this keep cutting out like this. So we're gonna put up another picture, because all this is building to what we've been trying to show you is it's been the build up. It's a picture called The Flash.
He's here.
Okay. And pull up The Flash too, just to have it ready.
Okay. Make sure you real close.
Go ahead, Drake.
Okay.
Go back to the other one.
I'm there.
I'm sorry.
It's still sharing.
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Also, do you see the motion from his hands? It's a motion line from his hands to about his right across from the ideal. It's an arch. It got ideal, there's an arch. Then you see the ribbon focusing to this ideal to the far left.
Yeah.
And that's his left hand. If you look at the right hand, it's the same way with the right hand, with the ideal. You see a line coming straight down, like pointing towards his middle finger with the 3. Yeah, you see that?
Yeah, we see it.
I wonder what time that is, because it looked like a clock. His arms look like a clock. It's a
there you go.
Long
there you
hand.
go. There you go.
I wonder if it was the time. Yeah,
Yeah,
see, I
right.
looked at that.
Yeah. It could be 2 o'clock, judging by the hands.
Yeah.
But it's all speculation. But also, he have his feet. Actually, it's 5 lines if you actually count them. 2 arms and like 3 legs. Or I don't know what the bound leg is, because the bound leg also have like a motion line, like an arch pointing down to the to like a foot shape symbol. So I don't know, is that a tombstone or what?
Where, down here?
On the far right, bottom
Um,
far right.
Yeah. So what is it showing you overall? What are you getting out of this, looking at this overall from the
Oh,
thing?
yeah, ideally, death is commerce. But you see who's being killed right there. It's a black man with 2 eyes, with a band-aid on his cheek, possible cheek. Then it's Infinity also. Do you remember the Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
The chick glasses. I forgot her name. It was an infinity sign. If you look at him now, if you look below his back, it's an hourglass. It's an 8.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, I see it.
Yep.
Right here.
That also implies infinity.
Time.
Yep. So this right here is I have a lot of speculation, but nothing I can
Well, I tell you what.
confirm.
Tell you what. Give your speculations, or if you want to, or we're going to another picture, and you might collect yourself, and then you can kind of figure out.
Yeah, let's look at another picture then.
Okay, check this out. Check this out. This is this terrifying one, and this is the end of all of it. This is what I was building up to. This is called Flash, and you'll see on the top of it this picture. I've been going through Basquiat's artwork and everything. Oh,
No? Hold on.
you should have it.
Let me see what's going on.
It's on the TV.
Oh, okay. It must be a delay.
Okay. So this picture here is just pretty much the conclusion. This picture keeps me up at night, and every single thing that Basquiat has put in his artwork, every single event has taken place. And when I saw this picture, I didn't want to acknowledge what I was seeing because of how scary it is. But it's called The Flash. And if you look at, where is the picture at? How can I get to the actual picture? Okay, follow my cursor. I did this video, a video on this about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, because The Last Supper from Michelangelo. I'm sorry, from Da Vinci. The Last Supper.
That's Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. Okay, The Last Supper is explaining the death of humanity. I did this video on that, but I'll show you a picture of the Last Supper. You've seen it before. It's a picture where Christ is in the middle and he has the disciples next to him. You've seen the picture a million times. But this picture here, the Flash, I want you to pay attention to the words. It says, "I'll flash," okay? And it's terrifying. I want you to notice the character here, the DC character known as the Flash. They're depicting him in this character, and I'm sure that's where he got the character from, of course. But the Flash is continuing to show the sun doing something, the sun doing something that we haven't seen before, and no one has seen the sun do this. Now, because of this, I've been doing extensive studies on these events. They call these events, what is that word? What do they call these events?
Carrington.
They call these events Carrington events. They occur ever so often throughout history. And when these things take place, what has been described is that stars explode. And we've seen it throughout history. I'll do another video going through the history of the Carrington events. Now, if you want to get someone, there's a guy by the name of Archaics, and it's spelled at the end with an X. He goes into the Carrington events, and his math is stating that every 138 years, we have an event where a celestial explodes and has mass extermination. Now, go and listen to his stuff to learn more about the Carrington event. But let me show you some other things about this picture. If you look at these lines and these grids, which you're looking at, what this is showing us is that if you pull up the grid for America, the pipeline grid for America, you're going to see the exact same colors of this grid that you're looking at right here. When you look at the pipelines and how they're laid out across America. So you're looking at our grid in the back of that. In addition, you're looking at this gray. Notice this gray slant down over here. How the gray slants down and then the blue on top, that's a volcanic eruption, which you're looking at right here. And with the eruption, they're showing you, if you go up to, the eruption goes up, and you notice all this yellow over here, and you notice all of this, you notice all this yellow. Put it back in the picture, please. No problem. All this yellow right here. And you see that A, but that A has, is that a hyphen or whatever, that line over top of it. And what it's showing us is stones. This is Yellowstone. It's a volcanic explosion, and it's shown exploding Yellowstone. And he's showing a massive, well, if you understand the size of Yellowstone, Yellowstone is the biggest super volcano on the planet. And he's showing that there is a massive catastrophe coming. I'll get into the dates later. He's showing a massive catastrophe coming. And he's showing that all of it gets sparked with the flash of the sun. Now, if any of you are familiar with the Hopi prophecy, can we get back to Ideal, please? Ariel's the navigator. She's smarter than me.
Here we go.
Perfect. Okay. The ideal picture, the ideal painting. You'll see down here, this here is the Hopi flag. And the Hopi flag is talking about the Hopi, the definition of Hopi is people of peace, because the Hopis just want peace. And the Hopis gave a great prophecy. It dates the same time as the Mayans, this prophecy that all of the Hopis are aware of. And you're seeing that, Drake, you helped me out so much with understanding some of these lines, because this is letting us know that the plan is still in motion. Now, all this motion is letting us know the plan is still in motion, because we haven't hit all of the necessary things for this catastrophe to take place. But when we see the Hopi symbol, when we see the Hopi symbol, it's a reminder for us that there's a choice to be made. It's the hardest choice for all of humanity is ever going to have to make, and we're going to have to make a choice. And the Hopis are saying that we are living outside of the rules of the world, and because of this, there were going to be some traumatic events taking place: earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, snow in places where it shouldn't be snow, cataclysms all over the place, and eventually, and also the red sky. I have a video on it. Once I stop with this picture, I'll put the video for you so you can see the Hopi discuss themselves. But this sounds crazy. I understand this sounds crazy, and this is not to elicit fear. This is to speak to people who are talking to the Creator directly. And if you are, then this is for you. Understand that we are in a time where we have to make a choice. And we said that once we start going in the air, the world was going to start descending down the road to hell and self-destruction. And we've already been in the air with the Wright brothers already. But we are at that point where things and something's about to happen. And the Hopis also discuss when there was a humongous flash in the sky and it killed all of the vegetation and destroyed the old world. And it's happened before. These things have happened before. If you're familiar with when Ariel comes back, I'll pull it up for you. There's an event that took place in Russia, I believe in 1908, called the Tunguska event. I'll show it to you and I'll let you see the video. But during this event, there was a flash over Siberia in Russia, and the flash is the dent, the crevice that was left by this flash that took place is 80 miles squared from this flash, and the entire planet was had daylight for almost 2 weeks at a time because of this flash. Fortunately, it happened in Siberia, Tunguska. There was only 4 fatalities during this time because so much of Siberia is completely barren, and you got something like 60,000 square miles of forests and so forth that nobody lives in because of the extremes. But I'm gonna, as soon as she gets back up here, I'm gonna pull up the Tunguska event for you so you can see what happened. And and it wasn't a meteor. There's no meteor fragments, and scientists still haven't figured out what took place. But that was one of the Carrington events. The Hopi is letting us know that it is going to happen to us for us disobeying the rules of nature. And this isn't talking about, this is not a religious discussion. This is a basic discussion that I would say honest adults should be able to have. The Hopi said that what we're not to do is we're not to poison the water, poison the air, and poison the land. And when we get so far away from ourselves, the earth does an automatic reset to get rid of the thing. It's like an alarm system. When it gets to a certain point where there's so much of these energies that are being done to the planet automatically resets itself in the form of this. It's a cataclysm, and America is the target this time. That thing that everybody is feeling, that thing is that's going up and down everybody's mind. And lately, emotionally, they've been up and down. They can't control their emotions. Hard to get out of bed. Hard to get motivated. Those feelings that people are feeling, those people are people. Those feelings that people are feeling is because we are feeling something's coming. We know something's coming, and what they're not telling you or discussing is the activity of the sun and the coronal mass injections. We're getting hit. There's a guy out of Philly by the name of Kali, Kali, that discusses the sun and what the sun's doing to us. But the Flash video, I'm gonna go back to the Flash. Oh, I'm sorry. First, this is what I was telling you earlier. The Last Supper with this Da Vinci's The Last Supper is talking about the Last Supper. The Last Supper is so it's called the Last Supper. The word supper is a Germanic word, and they call it supper because in the daytime they used to go and get their food and put their food in a stew pot and go out to work and come back to work, and the food would be done by the time they came home from work. But the word is derived from the word super, the word super. Because they cooked it in the pot, they made the word super, and that's why they call it. It was in the form of a stew, like a soup, and that's why it turned into the word supper. But the true pronunciation of this word is the last super, and they're talking about Yellowstone, and the Hopi is trying to warn us about this. And as soon as Ariel gets back up here, I'm gonna play the Hopi video to show you that they've discussed all these things, and they have this all painted out. And the symbol from this picture here Drake had mentioned that this here is the this cross in here, and you can see that it's tilted. And he was mentioning to you that the cross turned crooked is a swastika. And I want you to pay attention to these three symbols: this green one, this blue one, and this symbol here. I'm going to show you the Hopi prophecy, as spoken by the Hopi elders, who speak more eloquently about it than me. And you see these same symbols on the Hopi prophecy. A story is being told to us, and it is our duty to see what the story is telling us. And fortunately, I've been looking at this so much that I know where we are in the timing. I know exactly where we are in the timing. But from now to this event that they're speaking of, they're telling us a story, and Drake helped me figure out today the story is still in motion. And now, I understand that for those who may be hearing this for the first time or hearing me for the first time, this may sound crazy, but this isn't trying to bring fear. I'm trying to get people's eyes on this. Baby, can you pull up the Hopi prophecy, please? I'm trying to put eyes on this. Perfect. You can do the other one too, matter of fact. Okay, here it's right here. This here is the Hopi elders. Fair use to this for this man. Please, fair use. He has a lot of great information. I suggest you subscribe to his channel. He just speaks about the way of life and the energies that exist on this planet, and he speaks of what the planet was of old. And these are traditions that have been shared throughout his whole life, that it is his job as an elder to pass these things down. I'm not going to go over the entire video. I'm just going to go over to the portion to where they go into the prophecy of what the Hopi say, okay? And I'm sorry that this isn't like professional, but we live a very different life right now. We're not able to do that, and the only thing we do is give you the information as honestly.
The Hopi nation, which we represent, are people who have in that southwest area, long before Columbus ever wandered out over the ocean, got lost, and finally landed up in our area and called us Indians. He thought he landed around close to Indian country in East India. There were villages already setting up in northern part of what is now called Arizona on 3 mesas. And there the elders of the people set up their own form of government based on religious principles. Here they met the Great Spirit, whom the Hopi called Mahasawa. And he in turn gave the people instructions as how to live in this new land and life, how to take care of plant, animal, birds, and the whole living things on this earth. And we held that land and life in a good state. There are clear rivers, green valleys, trees, animals, birds, everything was in good order. Our white brothers separate from us at the very beginning of meditation. He was to take care of this continent here in that fashion. So he white brothers to come with his inventions to help him when they come together, the material and spiritual will join, and together they're supposed to take care of this land in a real good way, in accordance with the Great Spirit's instruction. But there is a danger, he said, because he gave us both sacred symbols, circle. There's no end to this circle, just like there's no end to this life if we follow that. So each one was receiving that same symbol. Our white brother went east, and then he came back. But if he started change that and bring another symbol, we know that he started changing things. He's going to do things in his own way. So those two symbols was known to us. So that when he comes, we place everything on this life to follow. This represents village life, religious life, and everyday life of our people to follow. There was no road there yet. But later our white brother came, and he did bring inventions, he said. Now I'm just going to go through this quickly as possible. The inventions he will bring, one of the elders who was the one that called this meeting was a Kachina society leader. He was about 80 or 90-year-old man, and he said, after others have told, 4 days, at the end he said, my grandfather used to tell me that I may able to maybe get to see some of the inventions that our white brother will bring. When he comes, he's going to bring a carriage that will be pulled by animals, carrying people across our land. He said, I've seen that. That's a wagon, he said. Pretty soon that's going to run by itself, carrying people across our land. And he said, that's automobile. And then pretty soon there's going to be a road in every direction from our mesas. You can see all kind of trails every direction. They have no word for pavement. So he said, one of these days you go down one of those trails, you're going to see water in front of you. Because you know, in hot summer day you actually see a mirage of water in front of you. That's the way they describe there'll be paved road all over the land. And pretty soon we're going to want to have those things also. So some of our people start to go that way because Great Spirit warned us not to go too far with that. We can have them, but not just let this go and go up that way. So he said when that happened, then there will be time someone invent something that we will be talking to each other through cobweb. And he shook his head and said, I don't understand what that meant. And then some young fellow told him that that's a telephone line. You know, you look up in the sky, it looks like cobwebs up there. We're talking to each other. And pretty soon, there'll be a time we close everything in a room talking, doors and windows. But way over the mountain someplace, somewhere be hearing us talking. And I can understand that, he said. Then again, this one fellow told him that must be radio or TV. And then these period inventions will show where we are in this life as we go along. Then he said there'll be road in the sky. And he shook his head. He said, I don't see how anybody could build a road way up in the sky where people will be traveling. But they found out that it was airplane that be having a road up there, carrying people up there. So then he said, when that is fulfilled, there can be trouble on this earth, because man has gone too far going that way. They're going to start fighting one another. They're going to be quarreling. They're going to be trouble all over. Young people will not respect for the elders, or elders will just neglect their children, then go all out for this and that. They're just not going to have any more respect of things around nature that's provided, because we want to have those things. And there's going to be like that, and pretty soon one of these that has been commissioned by the Great Spirit over here will rise up and shake the world real hard. A warning to us. Now you people are not following the instructions that the Great Spirit told you to follow. And this is what's going to happen. Many life and property will be destroyed there. There'll be world-shaking events take place. Then it stopped for a while. Then we go on. Then another came along, more advanced things will be invented. this time they said they're going to start messing around with the moon and stars. And they must know that someday somebody's going to get to the moon. They said that if you ever get to the moon, don't bring anything down from the earth, from the moon down to earth. Because once you do that, then you are interfering with the balance of the universe, nature, and everything going to be disrupted. And things happen on earth you cannot control. And even though you have all knowledge and scientific things, you can't. When earthquakes start shaking, you're going to be helpless. When a great wind becomes destructive, you're going to be helpless. This is what's going to happen here. So, but then we want many things there because there are other things going to be developed there. We began to see many money systems develop. We see the new gadgets of all kinds being developed. Then everybody wants to have a new car every year. We all work and strive, and we don't care how we get it, so we fight and we struggle and we do all that, and we forget the spiritual things. We forget ourselves, how we connected to plate, the grass, trees, animals, clouds. We forget all those things, and we struggle and trying to get all this. And this is the place where someone would invent what he termed gourd full of ashes. It's going to be, he went like that, and it's going to be so small, but it's going to be so powerful that if ever anytime mankind ever allowed that to fall on the earth someplace, it is going to be so hot that it's going to boil oceans or rivers. It's going to burn everything to ashes. And he described what will happen when that ever took place. Out of it, much sickness and things will develop that man will not be able to cure some of those things. That is going to happen here between these two. Then there will be also another world second events take place that another one stands up and says, now you people are not following the instruction, you're going too far away, start destroying things. So they warn us again. And this time, this third one's coming up with much greater. This time there'll be someone's going to start further away messing around with moon and stars. And the last thing he will invent would be a huge house that would be floating way up in the sky someplace, carrying people and things. When that is fulfilled, this old man said, then you better start learning how to live on this earth, how to survive, because the earthquake might hit certain areas very strong someday and knock everything down. Or there may be a severe famine come along, or be a flood or storm, lightning. Everything starts hitting us very strongly because nature is going to be acting very strongly here. So this is where he said we're in there, because by that time one of our own native people will join them to the others and tell their own people, forget your language, forget your ways, forget your songs, you come and follow us. Look, we got money, we got all this material gain, all these things, and new TV, new cars, new this and that. So just forget about it, come this way. And they will also try to influence many of our own people to go that way. But then they will advance in scientific things, inventions, but they're going to destroy themselves with what they invented if they're not careful. So now we're right in the spirit, they said. We are either go all out for this kind of thing, destroy ourselves, or come back, search our spiritual instructions, search ourselves within us, something that should link us together. Because now we know that we are all alive. We are all linked together. Talk about God, talk about Great Spirit, but no one really sees Him yet. But we know there's something that keeps us alive. And that's why we call it Great Spirit, the Spirit within us, linked together with you and grass and animal, birds, everything. It's this air that we're all breathing right now. We're all linked together with that. So we are alive. We are living with this grass, animal, birds. Everything, we are all together because we are breathing this. Now, if we pollute this air too much, then we're also destroying ourselves with what we invented. Because they said we may come to that at this period when the sun will rise is blood red someday, sets blood red someday. And I've seen that. It's already polluted so much in east and west coast that when the sun comes out, you're going to see it real bright red coming out. Sun, blood red. So this is what they said. The second one will shake us up real hard. Now we are coming to this last one. What we say is a purification of this continent here, because this is where the Hopi say that within this spiritual center, which would cover all this four-corner state area, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah. For some reason, I don't know whether the United States government knows this or not, but they make that states come together in that area where we refer to as a sacred area. Now we have that drawing on a shield, the Kachina, whichever picked that up, they were to protect that area with every way they can, because that is the very heart of our Mother Earth, the spirit of our people, planted in there, and we must not disturb it in any way. We can go all around it, but if we go too far in this, then we destroy a lot of things in ourselves also. So this is the time where we're facing, according to Hopi, that we are now coming. A lot of us are going up to a material path. We're just forgetting the spiritual thing. We disturb nature so much. They're fighting and warring and they're quarreling, and people with the same language, and they were testing out a lot of things in our own way, because we got so smart, intelligent now, that we're going to be start making people ourselves now. Found in record there are some people now trying to make people in test tubes, and they're eating pills now. I think we're going to better ourselves. All those things are going to take place at this time. That it's known to the Hopi. And then also the life would be down to a level that was just before the other destruction came. There'll be restlessness all over. There'll be people here and there running here and there, because we can get to here and there real fast now. And we just won't sit still anymore. We want to jump, we want to do a lot of things, unnecessary things, because we have all these things in our hand now. Then we're going to have power in our hand that eventually, if we misuse it or do it in a wrong manner or accidentally let go of it, then everything will go down or destroyed, because this is what it meant. So we are looking for the spiritual people in these four areas. In the last 15, 20 years, we find few elders still holding on, different native people. There are sacred sun dances are reviving now, and ghost dances are reviving.
Okay, that was an elder, a Hopi elder. He, if you want to watch the entire interview, please do so. But what I'm trying to show you, and not only the pictures, but also the timing, to show you where we are. They're telling you when these things are going to take place, and we know that we are in this place here now because of this prophecy from the Hopi.
To a red cap, hat, or gown worn by a leader on the North American continent. Red cap, hat, or gown. The man in the red hat is mentioned in this prophecy, which specifically refers to a red cap, hat, or gown worn by a leader on the North American continent. In a thought-provoking video shot decades ago in 1972, a prophecy emerges that resonates with our current societal dynamics. This prophecy speaks of a nation on the North American continent led by a figure wearing a distinctive red hat. Many have speculated about the meaning behind the red hat, notably the one famously worn by Donald Trump. The specificity of this prophecy is both intriguing and chilling. The vision of a pivotal nation. The prophecy describes a powerful nation with millions of people and advanced technology It suggests that this leader, adorned with a red cap or hat, will play a crucial role in a significant transformation. However, this power comes with the potential for self-destruction, as they may shake us up real hard and nearly destroy themselves. The prophecy foretells that despite the turmoil, a new generation will emerge from the chaos, marking a transformative period. The dark skies and coming forces. However, the prophecy does not end on a hopeful note. It speaks of dark skies filled with ships descending upon the earth. The old man speaks of people raining from the sky, suggesting an invasion or sudden appearance of a dominant power. In a single day, these forces are expected to seize control of the entire continent, marking a dramatic shift in power dynamics. The age of purification, the Hopi prophecy, emphasizes a period of purification, urging us to reconsider our relationship with the land and its resources. According to the prophecy, when these beings arrive, humanity will be divided into groups based on their actions and stewardship of the earth. The consequences for those who have harmed land will be severe, while those who have sought to protect it will be given a chance to rectify their wrongs. A call to action. This message is particularly timely as we witness changes in leadership, such as the emergence of figures like RFK, who aim to restore health to the land through regenerative organic farming and environmental stewardship. The prophecy serves as a
we ain't about to talk about no RFK on this discussion. I know Ariel mentioned him earlier on the video, but I ain't got nothing to say about him. For the people who are familiar with the Bible, we know of the story that said that 200 angels all came together. Like, I want you to understand, what I'm trying to do is show you where we are in this movie. And this isn't fear mongering. You just gotta tell the truth when it comes to this. But I'm just trying to show you where you are. But you remember the story of the 200 angels that fell from earth, led by Shemjaza and Azazel. They made the pact to take on wives and daughters of men. They made the pact, and they try to tell you these are just these stories are just they're not literal. You know, they're just talking about things that didn't happen. They're talking about things that are not literal. Well, let me explain to you that these things are indeed literal. I mean, these things did take place, and let me show you where the power hub of the world, what's been prophesied. Let me show you where it physically is right now. Okay. I'm doing this myself, so I gotta kind of be patient with me, please. I gotta go to YouTube. All right. Please be patient. Okay. What a lot of people don't know is that there is a place in Kazakhstan. If you guys have, Kazakhstan is over there, Russia, between Russia and China. And I want you to see what happened here.
Pondering the origins of giant craters. It's common to attribute these vast voids to asteroids, but hold that thought. There are around 200 craters scattered across the globe. Intriguingly, this mirrors the count of fallen angels said to have been dispatched from the heavens. Now buckle up for the twist. Nestled in Kazakhstan, a pyramid stands tall. At the top, 200 aligned seats. The location, a city named Astana. Rearrange the letters and Astana eerily spells out Satan. So is this mere coincidence or a cosmic riddle waiting to be solved? As we navigate this vast universe, the unknown often beckons us. So keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, not everything is as it seems. Pondering the origin.
Okay, so I want you to understand that outside this city in Kazakhstan, there are 200 humongous craters in the ground, okay? Now, what I want you to take a look at is this. One second, guys. I'm just typing this stuff in. I got a microphone in one hand. Okay, this is it.
The Palace of Peace and Accord, also known as the Pyramid of Peace and Accord, is a stunning and unique building located in Nur-Sultan, Kazakhstan's capital. Reaching a height of 77 meters, the structure is made up of 5 stories of triangles. The pyramid was specially constructed to host the Congress of Leaders of World and Traditional Religions. The pyramid provides accommodations for delegations of many world religions. In addition, conference chamber where the Congress is held. The 5-story building also houses an opera hall, the Museum of Natural History, the Research Center of World Religions, the Library of Spiritual Religious Literature, and exhibition and conference rooms. The building was conceived as a global center for religious understanding, the renunciation of violence, and the promotion of faith and human equality. Here, 200 delegates from the world's largest religions and faiths gather every 3 years in a circular chamber, bathed in the golden and pale blue glow of the stained glass apex of the pyramid.
Now, for those who, if you heard that, you understand that this pyramid here, this particular structure in this building that they created this, and it has 200 seats. They have a hall where, so this is all other religions converging. The 200 seats outside of Kazakhstan, where you see the same 200 craters. Now, for those who aren't familiar with, who don't know me and my what I study, I found a pattern, and I'm going to pull up this pyramid for you and let you see something. So it's called the Pyramid of Peace, and let me go ahead and get you some information on this pyramid, and it will let you know what the intentions are. Okay, the Pyramid of Peace. I want you to see that the Pyramid of Peace. Let's go ahead into the Wikipedia so we can get into some of the specifics about it really quick. But understand this was done by the world leaders, and the capital is a 203-foot pyramid in a place called Astana, and I think that we're all smart enough to rearrange those letters and see that that's Satan is in there. For those who aren't familiar with my work, you'll notice this number 62. When you see this number 62, this number 62 is an indicator of death, and it means death whenever you see it. When you ever see the number 62, I want you to just automatically think of death when you see the number 62. But it's showing you the pieces are in place. Kazakhstan capital since 2019. Okay, so keep your eye on Kazakhstan. If anybody watched that movie Borat with Sacha Baron Cohen, who is a Mossad spy, by the way, he works for the Mossad. All of his movies is making fun of Kazakhstan, and you're going to find that the same time when he was making those movies was the time they were creating this this city. So it made Kazakhstan a place that no one wanted to visit and no one wanted to go to for anything because of the depictions that were made in this movie. Well, the reason why they made that damn movie, Borat, and discussing Kazakhstan so much is because this is what they were up to. And it opened in 2019, and we all know what happened in 2019. But you saw the video of the Hopi explaining the prophecy, and you saw these symbols in the video. They let me know that these things are in motion. And let me see what that says. Okay, it says flee. Okay, but understand that this event is taking place in North America. This event like this has happened before in a place called Tunguska.
Oh, they might spread something through, please.
Well, Earth. What's taking place is the Earth is alive, and it has like an alarm system on it. And what I found out is this: there's over 100 million people living in America that that know that the vaccines are fake. There's over 100 million people in America that knows that 911 was done by was an inside job. There's over 100 million people that know that our president JFK was murdered. That's the wrong picture.
Nah, when you hear that bloop bloop, that's Drake trying to come back. He must want to say something.
There's over 100 million people that knows that there wasn't that they were able to remember 5 years ago. We was told that if everybody in the world didn't take this thing that the government was administering, the entire world was going to die. Everyone was going to die. They had to wear a mask. They destroyed the economy. All the small businesses went out of business. They completely destroyed the economy. I think we all remember what that is. Well, people who did not take that medication that they were being prescribed, we're still here. So we know, just like the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, we know that was a lie. Every time there is a government power in place, it happened in Rome, it happened in England, it happened in Russia. Every time there's a corrupt government in Greece too, a corrupt government in place, they do these things to humanity and get to a point. And once humanity finds out what has been done, like when we realize we are being lied to, there's no such, they never went to the moon. All the things that we've been lied to about history, we were told history in reverse. Everything we know that a couple of families own this planet, and they own they own everything. And every time we figure out who it is, they cause calamities, starvations, multiple wars, and kill, because that is against the rules of this plane. So what they do is they create all of this chaos. You know what chaos I'm talking about? Listen, there's so much chaos I can't even run them down, from planes falling out the sky to mysterious fogs to everything that we're seeing. So the system is basically pressing a button, because the system knows there's too many people who are aware of what they did. They're afraid and they're fighting for their own survival, and that's hence all of the bunkers they're building. But they're trying to save themselves with their own survival. So what they do is they create unnecessary chaos around the world. They create wars, and each time afterwards they just move to a different power structure. That's what happened when Egypt fell. It went to Rome. Rome falls. Between Rome and Egypt, Drake would know, but Greece. And it's Germany, and then it was the UK, and then after World War II, it became the USA, and we are continuing that. So every time the world finds out what these powers are doing, they create this worldwide chaos. So the earth, because it is alive, it is a program, it resets itself and creates a humongous cataclysm. We know about these cataclysms because all of us have heard the flood story, the days of Noah, and that was a reset because of the sins of the Nephilim. But the earth, we all remember the flood story. We also all remember there was an ice age when the entire earth was ice. These are resets. This reset comes through fire. It comes through fire and it's coming from the sky. So the system is provoking us to fight. It's causing these unnecessary wars. Understand, you know what's going on in Palestine. You know what's going on in the DRC. You know what's going on in Sudan. You know what's going on. And the things you don't know going are even far in number. And Syria's civil war just ended a month ago. And the Syrians rejoiced, and it's the happiest thing I've seen in my whole life. And just a week ago, Israel, Turkey, and America has been bombing Syria ever since the war stopped, because they have to keep these conflicts, because they need the earth to say, we have reached critical mass. The reset is time. It's here to go. It's time for us to have the reset. And you see this picture, you see that those symbols are here. And this is time we have to make a choice. You see the Hopi symbol, and you also see the crooked cross. This is what they're talking about. So, Drake, if you are there, please, please build upon this brother if you're here. I thought he was.
Hello?
I got you, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead and talk.
Oh man. Oh, yeah, brother. I appreciate that presentation with the Hopis, especially that symbol. But when you look at that symbol, you could tell on the upper left it was depicted in a balloon and the swastika icon or symbol, meaning that it was elevating. But if you look at the motion, when I was speaking about the motion, the plus sign, if you look at the addition sign in motion, it'll look like the swastika because of the movement behind it. But the important thing, because you can look at graveyards, you can look at churches, you can look at people wearing crosses. They believe they're crosses, or the equal on cross, which is not. It's just a representation of death. It's a trick. Everything is art. But okay, back to this painting right here. I notice on the left it got fleas. They have an underline and more fleas. Fleas plus fleas equal fleas, I guess. And when you look at the swastika or the cross sign with the circle underneath it, they have the words.
Are you familiar with the Tunguska event?
No, sir.
Okay, take a look at this. And I apologize. I said that it flattened 80 square miles. No, it flattened 800 square miles. Take a look at this.
the way through the development of TNT, explosive weapons, and the development of nuclear bombs. The ability of a blast to wreak havoc over a widespread area has been harnessed by people. It's probably not really in our best interests. And a lot of the time, it has been, again, used against fellow human beings because, for some reason, we're really warlike. However, while accidents, dynamite, or high explosives are devastating, and the deliberate bombing of others is equally damaging, there is a third scenario that could well be argued is somehow a lot more terrifying, one that defies explanation. So today, we're headed to Siberia in Russia to look into what became known as the Tunguska event and try to figure out what exactly or who caused it. That's right, it could all be a cover. The year is 1908, and it has been since seemingly time immemorial. Tunguska is a barely inhabited and frigid portion of Siberia. Part of modern-day Russia, even in a country that is famous for its cold climate and snow, Siberia has always been arguably most framed by how remote it is. In fact, it's probably why Russia is as big as it is, because nobody actually wants to go live there. Well, people live there, but the point is that it's really easy to claim land. Nobody wants that land. Spanning over an enormous expanse of seemingly nothingness, the distant location and how far it is from much of civilization made it perfect as a location for not only some of like the gulag or work camps, but even more feared and brutal prisons like the Black Dolphin. While this is still the case today, in the early 1900s, there were even fewer reasons than ever for any human to try to exist there. The lack of natural resources and the sheer distance that people would have to travel to begin to reach society made it a hard and unrelenting place that seemed to resist human inhabitancy by its very nature. And all of this was exactly why at 7 in the morning on June 30th, and it was still snowing, actually I don't know, it could have been warm, when the peace above this frigid landscape was shattered. It was even more surprising because, well, people weren't really sure why. Those living in the hillside hundreds of miles away reported that the sky lit up with an unearthly glow, the endless dark suddenly illuminated by an unknown source. The strange light was followed shortly thereafter by one of the most extreme explosions that have ever been recorded. It was seen, heard, and measured by instrumentation as far away as several thousand kilometers, which is several thousand miles. Basically, they probably heard it in the US. And just as suddenly as it appeared, it was done. Aside from the various counts and measurements taken, it was almost as soon as it had begun, it was just poof, over. But those that ventured towards the area where the blast had begun were sure to find the destruction far beyond what any of them had expected. The energy blast was so large that seismic recording equipment in many different countries picked it up as an earthquake. It was visible from Northern Ireland, which is around 3,417 miles or about 5,500 kilometers, plus from the area, and reports from as far as the stated that despite it being a moonless night, there was enough of what they described as a nocturnal glow that they could see fairly well despite, it being night. Some even captured evidence of this glow and documented it. Not just civilians and casual observers, but various scientists and researchers. People that you would expect to be able to distinguish between something natural and expected and whatever happened that day. While it was hard to pin down an exact epicenter for the initial, those that eventually ventured into the area were soon to see that for the most part, where the main source of the blast occurred didn't really matter a huge amount. They began to encounter trees that had been leveled by the explosion, and not just one or two. There were entire forests that were completely flattened. In fact, there were trees that had been knocked over that stretched over an area calculated to roughly be about 800 square miles, an area greater than the landmass of the Mauritius. It would be estimated that up to roughly 80 million trees were knocked down by the force of whatever the Tunguska event was, and even in the modern day, there are still many of them that can be seen lying flat, still in the exact same position that they were left in more than 100 years ago. A mineralogist who was sighted around 40 miles away from the explosion that morning gave his account. The sky split in two and fire appeared high and wide over the forest. The entire northern side was covered in fire. A tribe that occasionally inhabited the region were known as Shenyagir. One of their members gave an account where he and his brother were inside of their hut on the fateful time of the event. The first thing that we noticed was the noise, that they compared to a whistling wind or the sound of many birds flying overhead. When the blast occurred, they were thrown out of bed and could hear the trees falling all around them before the hut itself was demolished. When he looked up, this is how he described it. Then I saw wonder. Trees were falling and branches were on fire. It became mighty bright as if there was a second sun. When these reports were all disseminated and boiled down, researchers have come up with just over 40 reports of what they believe came from people that were closer than 130 kilometers from the event as it occurred. Based on the damage caused by the area effect, there have been various calculations made since then to try to estimate the amount of energy actually just generated by the event. Most agree on a force of 3 to 5 megatons. However, some have calculated calculated as high as between 10 and 20. Megaton is a unit used to measure energy and is equivalent to what 1 million tons of TNT would generate. The bomb dropped on Hiroshima in Japan was equivalent to only about 15 kilotons. And we are using the word only very cautiously here because there is no denying that the death and devastation that bomb caused was brutal by any measure. Its TNT equivalent would have been around 15,000 tons. The bomb dropped on Nagasaki was around 21 kilotons or 21 tons of TNT. The damage that these two explosions caused has been documented all the world over and led fairly directly to Japan's decision to surrender. By comparison, the Tunguska event was somewhere between 3 and 5 megatons. That's 3 to 5 million tons of TNT equivalent by more conservative estimates, an instantaneous blast of energy that almost defies comprehension. While it may not sound like a strange thing to say, it is actually unknown if there was any loss of human life due to the Tunguska event. The remote region where it occurred and the sheer distance that many of these people live from one another would be classed as a civilization, or could be classed as a civilization, makes it difficult to calculate. Not because there are so many apparent deaths, but quite the opposite in fact. The reality is that there were no accurate records of who was living within the massive blast zone. Many of the people that lived even within 100 miles of the explosion were cut off from the rest of the world. They were almost entirely self-sufficient and had little to do with anyone else. For this reason, the official death count is still thought to be 0, although there are local reports that survive from the time that hit as many as like 3 people losing their lives. It should be noted that this is not based off any bodies that were found, but more on a rumor that people's belief or memory that there were at least some people in the area that either lived in the blast zone or had the potential to be around there when the incident occurred.
So, this has happened in our grandparents' lifetime, and I'm not sure about what school you guys went to, but they never told me this in school about this event that took place, known as the Tunguska event. But this just happened. The Hopis are telling us where we are in this scenario, and I want to show you a video. I played this video like 3 times, and I'm gonna play it again. I'm sorry if you've already seen it, but it's showing us where we are in this whole this movie, the story that we're in right now. Let me show you where we are. And I'm sorry if you've already seen this, but I want you to see that Potomac plane crash. Just FYI, me and Ariel predicted that. Not predicted. I'm sorry. We followed the numbers, and we predicted that 2 years ago, based on the numbers, what was going to happen. Now let me get show you where we are in this story. Is this the right account? I'm sorry, guys. This isn't more organized.
I don't know what you're looking for.
But I want to look for the.
That's the Google Drive.
Oh, can you
You gotta Google. Put in Google. My hands up.
Okay, so Google.
Open a tab, go to Google.
Okay.
Type in Google Drive, and make sure it's under my account. Not.
Gotcha. This is my Google Drive. I'm gonna end this in a second after I do this. After I go this, after I go. Okay, so I see this, and forgive me, folks. Google Drive. Give me a second, guys. I'm going into the Google Drive. I'm gonna look at the chat. Drake. Ariel's pulling up her Google Drive. Can you explain the crucifix?
Hello.
Go ahead, Drake. I was on mute. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, the crucifix, as the common man knows, is just a representation of the cross which Jesus died on. You could say the cross, or the if you enter the intersection, there's also a crucifix. It's two lines meeting together. So when we hear this term crucifix, we always think of Jesus torment, which we are being crucified right now, symbolically. But I mean, basically, it's just a representation of Christ on the cross, or you on the cross.
Okay. I'm about to pull you up these videos here. The videos are only going to take like 5 minutes. But this is showing us where we are in this story. And just a second.
I'm sorry.
Shit.
All right, so that Potomac crash that took place a couple weeks ago, where the Black Hawk ran into the flight of people, killing 67 people. 62 Americans died in that. They had posted a video of them cleaning up. And this is the video. I want you to turn your televisions up because this isn't very loud. Turn your televisions up loud. Not loud. Just turn it up. Okay, listen to it again. Turn your television up. Look at the sky. And this is the crime scene, the Potomac River here. And this here is the crime scene that you just now witnessed. And I was trying to bring it to your attention that it's the same sound. Listen to the sound. So this is showing you the devil is coming to DC. They're letting us know this is the point of time where the devil's showing up. The movie is depicting right now the devil is coming into this home. It's showing us when the devil came, and that plane crash marked that. Is letting you know that that character that you've been hearing about, we're calling the Antichrist, it is here. And Trump is the revelation. They talked about the person having power, who gets the power and gives the power to the dragon. Elon Musk is your real president. Elon Musk is your true leader of this country. It is not Donald Trump. Donald Trump got him in, but Elon Musk is running this country. And the Exodus also gives you another clue of when it's going to take place. Oh, we're not going to get monetized.
Let us know if y'all can hear.
So another clue of when it's going to take. This is the plane crash. Take a look. She's imitating the plane crash you just saw. So, I'm a crazy person, and I accept all those things. But what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to warn you that we are in this time. We are in that time, and we have to make the hardest decisions known to mankind because we are in that time. We are in that time, and a lot of people aren't going to make it, but you have a choice. The reset has been hit. The powers, the elite, are terrified and building bunkers because we are on to them. Africa is waking up. People are getting downloads, and people are feeling in their spirit. They're waking up. They know something's not right, and something wasn't right, and something's taking place. But the system is terrified because once we find out that they own nothing and they should not be in charge of us, these governments are all corrupt. They're working together, and they're working for the entity that we're known as Satan, that negative energy that's on this planet. They know that we know. They know that we are fully aware of it. So what they always do and what they have to do is they have to create all this chaos and havoc to get the earth to do its reset. And that's why we have to do it. They make us do it to ourselves. So we have a choice. We don't have to go down this path. We can turn around. We can turn around and we can stop this and we can fix this because we can fix this. All right. My kids, me and Ariel have been rotating back and forth on the children. So I'm gonna have to end this thing. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to check the chats, and I'm gonna check the chats to see to answer any questions or comments. And I don't know why it's not letting me do that. Okay, because I can't, I'm not sure how to navigate through this chat. If you got a question, go ahead and put your question in now, and I can see it on the screen. I see Draco says the numeral D represents 500, and the Roman numeral represents 100. DC is the sum of Where'd it go? It disappeared. Okay. Destruction of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar built 2 Hanging Gardens of Babylon, beginning of the archaic period of Greek sculpture began. Capu is founded 600 BC. Smyrna is sacked and destroyed by Melitites in Lydia. 600 BC, Marseille is founded by Greek Phocians, who are victorious over the Carthaginians in naval battle beginning the Greco-Punic Wars of 600 BC. This is from Smart Read. How to do this?
Babe, don't hang it up because Mary's gonna come on. She's gonna talk about the sun.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We have a treat for you. We have another person who's coming to the chat who has been observing the sun. Foundation of Milan. The Celts founded Milan around 600 BC of Pompeii. Pompeii was founded around 600 BC. Etruscans captured Rome, and the Etruscans captured Rome, and they made it prosperous. But we also know about Pompeii and the event that took place with Mount Vesuvius. It was another reset. Like I'm telling you guys, once people find out, the system creates these wars for a reset. What we are watching is we're watching the system create. We are watching the system create these tragedies and create all this chaos to get this reset to take place. And your Bible keeps telling you Mystery Babylon. We know what Mystery Babylon is. Babylon is us. Us who live in North America, that is Babylon. And the Bible tells you to get out of Babylon, get out of her, because it's not your fight. I'm not here to give anybody advice. I'm just pointing these things out. I'm hoping that this isn't offensive, and I'm hoping that this is coming across. While we're waiting for Mary, I'm going to give you another picture to see. This picture is called Roast, and let me show you how we have these crooked politicians working, the people who are making our decisions, why they do such despicable things. Well, they do such despicable things because they're despicable. This picture was painted in 1983. I want you to see. Created in 1983, Jean-Michel Basquiat. It's called Roast. People who do these terrible things to humanity. Oh, wait, I'm not sharing. Hold tight. I'm sorry. Share 1 second. This picture is called Roast, and screen share. And let's go to Roast. You're going to see that this picture called Roast was created in 1983. Okay, and you say, "Wow, the things that are taking place, these wars, these killing of babies, this starving people, is poisoning people." All these events taking place, you say, well, wow, why would somebody do such a terrible thing? This is horrible. What a horrible terrible actions taking place. Who would do these things? So let me show you about this picture from 1983 called Roast. And coincidentally, 2 days after I did this video, I did a video on this picture called Roast. Donald Trump fired the guy from this picture. Please. I'm sorry, folks. My computer, I'm trying to click on this thing so it can go up. Give me a second. Please be a little patient with me. 1 second. So I'm asking you to please look at the artwork. Please look at the artwork. because there's so much in these pictures that I am not seeing. I can only see up to my limited understanding of limited understanding of my existence, and I understand things by my experiences. So my limited experiences only allow me to see certain things. But because we are all different and had different experiences, I don't know why it keeps on going to a picture other than what I clicked on. Let's try this one. Fingers crossed, they pull the right image up. Okay, perfect. All right, share this tab. Okay, this picture is called Roast. I'm going to enlarge in this so you can see the details. Okay. All right, this picture, when I look at this picture, is called Roast, painted in 1983. As soon as I saw this picture, I knew what this picture was in 10 seconds. I know this picture in 10 seconds of looking at this picture. As soon as I saw it, from my limited life experience, I was able to recognize this instantly. So, this picture here, I want you to pay attention to this here. Now, this here is he's telling you a message. The reason why you can get people to, glad you're here. The reason why you can get people to do terrible things to humanity, to
Go to the number. Top left, top right.
Still Drake.
Okay. You'll hear it. You'll hear it.
Okay. The reason why we're able to get people to do terrible things, especially terrible things to children, is because the people who are running our government at the highest levels, and I'm talking about presidents, vice presidents, and so forth, are all compromised. They're heavily compromised. And a lot of them are compromised from drugs, being gay. A lot of people are gay and they don't want to expose them to being gay. But the biggest way they compromise people to doing the worst things to humanity is they find pedophiles and they let pedophiles give pedophiles high positions. And the way to keep a pedophile quiet is, hey, as long as you're doing exactly what we tell you to do, cause world war and cause chaos and poison children and rape women, you can keep that position. But the second you go out of line, we're going to reveal to the world that you are a pedophile. So, get into this picture. Look at this picture here. You see on top, it says world famous. All right. It says world famous here. He scratched the words out. And you see here, it says world famous. And it says prima classe. And it says blue ribbon here. And this one, I need to zoom in this word so you can see this. Give me a second. Perfect. These words here, you see it says Bologna, Via Nasarella, Canaru, what's that? Reggio Emilia, and Panama Modena. Now, these are all Italian words. And all of these words that I'm reading, all these words are different types of cheeses. So you look up these, if you go and look at these words and put them in your Google, it's going to tell you what the words are, and it's going to tell you that all of these are different cheeses. Okay. So what this is telling you is that there is a guy out there who works for Donald J. Trump, the president. How do we know that they're talking about the president? Simple, but not simple. You see here, it says 45. 45. Donald Trump was the 45th president, and he's also the 47th president. But he worked under Trump when he was the 45th president, and he was terminated prior to Trump becoming the 47th president. But it's telling you that 45 staff. So it's a staff member of 45. That's President Trump. Okay, and they're telling us like, hey, what are they telling us about this person? They're saying world famous, but if you're looking at it, if you can see what they're saying behind world famous, what they're showing you is a hot dog. They're saying world famous hot dogs. See this outline of a hot dog bun, and this is a hot dog inside. And also, you're also going to notice that from the hot dog, you're going to see these triangles, and these triangles represent slices of pizza. You see triangles, see this right here? Look at this line. This is a slice of pizza, So they're showing you hot dogs and pizza. Now, for the folks who are familiar with the pedophile terminology, when they're referring to molesting children, they talk in code and they say, for girl, they say pizza, and for boy, they say hot dog. So they're showing you world famous hot dogs and pizza. They're talking about children. And that's why you have the different cheeses taking place, because they're showing you the different varieties of, it's showing the different hues of the cheese. Because if you want a little chocolate baby, you want a little yellow baby, you want a little red baby, the different slices, the different varieties of cheese, different races of children. And again, this is the hot dog. This is a hot dog on top of his head. And his goose is cooked because it's been publicized that he's a pedophile, publicized by no other than me, this pedophile, and who he is. Now, when I saw it, immediately I knew who it was, but I needed some confirmation. As soon as I saw it, I knew what it was. This in this picture right here, the Basquiat drew in 1983, is called Roast. They're trying to tell you that this gentleman by the name of John Bolton is a pedophile, and he's a particular type of pedophile. And I'm going to show you something that might help you understand what I mean. And you tell me if, well, I already know that I'm a crazy person, so I already get that. But you tell me if you think these are just mere coincidences. Give me a second. You tell me this is a coincidence, okay? Okay, this is directly from the FBI website. Okay, this is the FBI pedophile website that shows you pedophile symbols and how to know if they're a pedophile, and tell you the specific type of pedophilia that they're into. See, FBI pedophile. Okay. So you see this, I'm going to click on this, okay? So take a look at this. This thing looks like a triangle. If you see this, it means that they are a boy lover. When you see this right here, this means that they are a little boy lover. Let's see, we got some more. You see him though. But you see this symbol? This means little boy lover. You You see this symbol right here? He's telling you that this guy, John Bolton, Trump's advisor, I'm gonna put his face up and everything. They're telling you that he's a boy lover and he is a little boy lover. You dig? He's a pedophile. John Bolton is a pedophile. And of course, all of this is for informational purposes only and for entertainment purposes only. I'm a crazy person that has way too much time and imagination on my hands. Hey, Mary, give me like 30 seconds. I'm gonna wrap this up. So glad you are here, sweetheart. I love you. Okay, so it's telling you that he's both a boy lover, but most importantly, he's a little boy lover. He is a pedophile. Okay. Number 45, staff. All right. Now, let me show you why we're at war and how they're able to get people to do these horrible deeds because they're compromised. And let me show you how high a position this gentleman is in. This is the man that's being shown in that picture. This gentleman here. This is the person in that picture. His name is John Bolton. John Bolton is the attorney and former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. And when you find out about John Bolton, you also find that he's the one that all the wars that are taking place, Iraq, Afghanistan, he is the architect of these wars. And he's literally being used as he's like the big bad wolf to other countries, because he's so much of a warmonger that when presidents go to other countries to meet other countries to have negotiations, if you bring John Bolton, they're scared because everything he does ends up in war. So he's the boogeyman of the world. But I recognized him instantly for that mustache. That mustache, and he has completely round glasses. If I can find a picture of him with round glasses, I'll show it to you.
And Mary won't know who he is.
But he is that person. He's the ambassador. He's that guy that is responsible for negotiating wars and stoppages of wars. And the reason why he's in all these wars and all these war and political theater is because, and reason why he goes along with this is because he's highly compromised, because he is a pedophile. Now, okay, well, guess what? For the folks out there to say, you know what? Okay, well, you can't be sure. You know, your imagination is very, very, you have a great imagination. So remember, I told you that there's several Basquiat pictures that people in the picture actually have their name in the picture. Okay. Now, what I want you to see is this. We take a close up. We get closer on this here, and I'm gonna give you a closer view. But I want you to focus on this right here. Okay? These letters here.
Santana, quick question.
Sure. What's the question?
Where's this image from?
It's from Google. It's called, it's Basquiat's image. It's called Roast. His goose is Roast because I've put him out to the public that he's a pedophile. And the reason why you have despicable characters who keep taking us to war, they don't want to do it, but they're compromised. And they're compromised because they're pedophiles. And so that's what I'm showing. But it's called Roast. It's by Basquiat. I want you to see the RB here. I wish I could make it clear. If I can't zoom any closer. This is the RB, and his name is John Bolton. But I want you to see how he does his signature. There is your RB. It's the same damn signature. Basquiat drew this picture in 1983. How did Basquiat know that Donald Trump was going to have a pedophile and be the 45th president by the name of John Bolton? How did Basquiat have John Bolton's signature in 1983? Ask yourself that question. So let me let me get off. Ariel was going to close this thing out. She has an amazing guest on here by the name of Mary, a fantastic, just beautiful human being. I'm about to go in the room and wrestle with my kids for a second, and Ariel's coming back on now.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for being patient. Here she comes.
Hey everybody, we're going to be bouncing back and forth from each other because we're dealing with the kids, but I did not want to miss the opportunity for my good friend to come up here, Mary. Mary, we also have another friend up here, Drake. He understands, he can see through language. It's pretty fascinating. But how are you, Mary? You there, Mary? Maybe she's not there. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think she here.
I'm not sure. Okay, so who is Azim? Who's Azim?
Hey, I've just been watching you guys for a while, so I just randomly joined.
Even better.
Yeah.
Even better. We do have another friend that's coming, but I'm glad you joined us. Introduce yourself. Tell us what you want to talk about.
So I'm Azim from London. I didn't really want to speak about anything, but just I thought I'll join in case Santana was or you were saying something and I want to ask a question. So I just was hanging around, you know.
Okay, perfect. Let me go grab Santana so you can ask your question because I'm pretty sure it's something that he was showing you, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, it's all good. He cleared it up.
No worries.
But now, how you been in general?
Oh, I mean, we're hanging in there. We're just, we're not trying to save the world anymore. We gave that up. but we are still just trying to give the information out and, make sure the people who are seeing and paying attention to what's going on can have all of the tools that are accessible to us. And this artwork is. So that's pretty much what we're up to.
Are you guys still doing the glasses thing?
Well, we're still dealing with the same situation. It's always been packaging, but if anybody wants to talk more about the eyeglasses or trying to develop some sort of relationship, if you guys can do the shipping or something like that, just email us and we can have a sidebar conversation about that so we can try to figure out a way for you to be able to do it. Because we do have an avenue where people can deal directly with our manufacturers in China. But we haven't had anybody seriously interested enough to even move forward with it. But that's always on the table. That is what we do. We do vision. Everything about us is vision and scene, and that's how we do the art. So you just email us.
And it's like they work on anyone, right? You don't need to get a prescription and stuff.
Well, they are prescription glasses, so you would need to just easily just go to any optical store, and they do a exam on you, and you just give us that piece of paper. And typically, most places are free, and if it's not every place, it's quite a few places that'll give you a free eye exam.
Okay, where you guys based now?
Well, we're in Mexico. We're still in Mexico.
Oh, still. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still in Mexico. It's been an ordeal, but hopefully I don't even want to say anything yet because there's so many things, so many wheels that are still spinning right now before this thing is completely reset. As I'm sure you can see yourself. You see all of the charades going on television with all of the politicians and stuff. They're still trying to play out their roles. So once they're done that portion of it, then we will be able to see how things actually look, what the world's going to look like, because right now everything's kind of up in the air. But how are
Yeah.
you over there in the UK? What time is it?
It's 12 o'clock and midnight right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what about you?
It is 6:12 p.m. Mexico. It's Central Standard.
Oh, nice.
So
So, what did you guys think about the Zelensky and Trump stuff?
I think that it is all staged. I think that if politicians are actually fighting about anything that's real, we would never know about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So if they have it on television, it is orchestrated. And, everyone knows that Zelensky is an actor, a singer, all of those things. We know Donald Trump is an actor. JD Vance is an actor. So, like I said, they're just playing out their roles and what they have to do. But someone did make a post that that was interesting about the weapons that they keep speaking of. And hold on, I'll tell you exactly what it is, because it was interesting. Because I do know that all of this stuff is like all for the television and to amuse us. But at the same time, they are still showing and telling us things too that are to come. So let me see. It was a particular weapon that they continuously have been mentioning. It's a javelin, the javelin missile.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, they keep mentioning that. So I've kind of been wondering about that. Hey, Drake, do you have any insight on that? Why do they keep talking about the javelins? Maybe you know. Maybe he walked away. But Azim, do you have any idea of what? Because I haven't looked into it, but it was brought to my attention, so I know I'm gonna have to pay some attention to it.
I'm not really sure. Usually I don't really like pay too much attention to politics and stuff because I know it's just all like, there's no point because these are not real things going on. Like, so I don't really pay much attention to it. It's just I feel like news and all this stuff is like fear mongering and stuff.
100%. What's going over there in the UK? Because it's just like it is for you over there. We don't really know what's happening on the streets of the UK. We only know the propaganda as well. So how is life over there? What's going on?
I feel like everyone's broke right now. Like everyone, no one's really got money. Redundancies are going on and all this. So not great right now. But yeah, I don't really know what is this like. What's propaganda like?
They are just making it seem like there's a lot of racial conflict going on in regards to like the Muslim population that's there. The way that it's painted over here in all of the media or YouTubers, it just looks like there's like kind of like a lot of unrest with those kind of things. I don't know how true it is, and plus, you guys have your character too. What's his name? Timothy Robinson. What's his name?
Oh yeah, Tommy Robinson.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So we don't know what's real and what's fake over here either, from for what's really going on over there.
Yeah, no, we had riots actually a few months ago. So they were just attacking, like, I think somebody that was Muslim killed kids or something like that. Like he done something like that, and then there was riots against like Muslim people throughout the whole country for a bit. But now it's calmed down. There's not much going on now because people fought back. Like even non-Muslim people kind of stood up, and so now it's just kind of chill. But yeah, nothing really going on with that right now.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. That nothing's happening. But yeah, in fact, I mean, any of the G6 countries are going to be affected financially until this whole thing flips to whatever they're gonna whatever they're gonna make the ultimate currency be. I guess everybody's pretty much just watching what's going on with BRICS to see, because that was supposed to be the thing that, I mean, the dollar is already broken, but they could just continue to pretend like they always do that it's worth something. But the thing about it is, the American dollar is based off of oil. And in Zimbabwe, you have Maxwell Chikumbutsu, who just released the free energy car, and it doesn't have like that crappy cobalt battery that Elon has in the Teslas. It's true free electricity, and this technology will be able to go into houses and everything, you name it. So that means that we're going to be moving away from oil. Unless they just keep the technology away from us over on this side of the world. But we would be moving away from oil, and that's pretty much what was holding on to value in the dollar. So I'm kind of curious of how all of this is going to play out myself. I'm curious.
Like even for like the UAE and the Arab countries, they all depend on oil so much. So don't know, but what's that new electricity thing? Is that like, what is that?
Oh, let me show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Let me do this. Maxwell. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is one of this guy's technology proves that Elon is just a fraud and it's just a facade. It's temporary, because there's no way that he could be permanent with this existing. Let's see here, American. This is new, but I want to show you the one with the car. Hold on. Okay, this is 5 years ago. Okay, let's see. Let's watch this one. Let's just see. Let me know if you can hear, okay, guys?
Big updates from Safe Technologies. We've got more answers about the road trip, product availability, and peer reviews. But some responses leave us wanting more. If you remember, last week we shared results from Safe Technologies about their product launch date and the planned road trip to prove their technology works. Maxwell Chikumbutsu mentioned in an earlier interview that the trip would be from Egypt to Harare. Well, we've got even more exciting updates today, as Saith Technologies has replied to some of our other questions. If you missed the previous video, I'll replay it at the end of this one, and I'll also include a Maxwell explaining how his device works. First, let's talk about the availability of Saith Technologies products outside Zimbabwe. We asked if the V products would be accessible to people in the diaspora, and the answer we got was a simple, yes, sure. While this is good news, it's not very detailed. For those wondering, it seems there's a possibility of getting these products worldwide, but don't rush to spend your money just yet. Wait until they prove the technology works and we see peer-to-peer reviews. Speaking of which, we also asked about peer-to-peer reviews. For those who don't know, peer-to-peer reviews involve independent experts testing and verifying the technology. The answer we got was soon. How soon? We don't know, but this is crucial for building credibility around Maxwell's invention. Next, we asked if independent people like journalists and car reviewers would be part of the road trip to clear doubts. The answer was a big yes. They mentioned they'll have people from institutions as well as car people. Not just anyone, we need people who know. This suggests they're planning to involve seasoned car reviewers and experts, which is a great step. However, we hope that by institutions, they don't just mean Harare Institute of Technology. The VC has been closely associated with Maxwell for years. That I'm sure he is one of the shareholders of Scythe Technologies. So involving scientists or engineers from other universities in Zimbabwe would add much more credibility. Now here's a fun question. Who would you want to review this car? Would you want someone like MKBHD, the famous tech and car reviewer, to test it? If someone with his credibility says the car works, the world would go crazy. But if he says it doesn't, it could sink Maxwell and the entire company. Remember how it went when he received the Fitzroy car? The company doesn't exist anymore. Sadly, when we asked Scythe Technologies about who they're considering for the road trip, the answer was, when the time is right, we will share. This leaves us unsure about who might be involved. It's possible they're still reaching out to people, and these things take time. Reviewers might want payment, and there could be NDAs in place. Or maybe they're keeping quiet to avoid the big oil companies from sabotaging the process. That's all the questions we got answers to so far. But we also asked about supplying power to houses in Zimbabwe, especially since Parliament recently highlighted the country's electricity crisis. And we got a not-so-good answer that we'll cover in another video we had already made about that. We've also started asking tougher questions like why it's taken over 10 years to move this technology from concept to commercial product. We're still waiting for answers on that. If you have any questions you'd like us to ask Scythe Technologies, email me using the address in the description and I'll pass them along. Or you can also reach out to Max himself on Twitter or Scythe Technologies on Instagram and Twitter. Let's keep the conversation going.
I'm just really still trying to wrap my head around this, like with radio frequencies to power.
Yes.
What's the conversion? What happens? How does that work?
I have invented what is called a microsonic energy device. 70% in the microsonic energy device. This is the generator. This is the device that harnesses radio frequency and convert it into direct pure energy. 70% of the components there are tailor-made, are under my name. I'm the person who have designed them according to what I've seen in the spirit and the calculations that I've done. So the excitement that is caused when they are exposed to a radio frequency, those materials, those components materials, the excitement causes them to generate energy. So when energy is generated, it goes to what we call a down converter. The down converter then put it into the DC controller. That process is done with a microcontroller, though it's technical, but I just want people to understand. So from the DC controller, the current now is sent to the inverter where it is changed into AC current. So when you talk of the frequency of the machine and the voltage of the machine, it is carefully controlled with the computer, the microcontroller. So it is just amazing because the whole machine, what it does, it is very intelligent. We have combined artificial intelligence, we have combined computer science to make the machine very smart. Yeah, long time to say. And the solar panels, they are more or less in those ranges. But the good thing is that when the machine, it is maintained, and the maintenance of the machine, it is very cheaper because we don't have emissions, we don't have consumables. So right now we have seen that our machines can be serviced 3 times a year, depending on how much energy it is produced, because it is like calendar serviced. So 3 times, we see that on the half a megawatt, we need about $1,500 per each 4 months. This is nothing. Then on the battery side, because primary source to switch on the machine comes from a battery. Right now we're using lithium and batteries, we're talking for about 15 to 20 years. So the technology is just sustainable. Yeah, while it is maintained, you can go for a very longer time.
Let's talk about the issue of failing to file a patent. I think that's a very crucial aspect. Let's talk a bit about it.
Okay, we have laws. There's a time that I explained on my Facebook page so that people could understand how the patent laws work. They are patents which are not patentable.
Big news, Maxwell Chikumbutso and Scythe Technologies are planning a massive road trip demonstration to prove their microsonic energy device works. And we've got the inside scoop. A few days ago, we reached out to Scythe Technologies on Instagram to ask about 2 things. When the highly anticipated road trip demonstration will happen, and when their products will finally be available for purchase. To our surprise, we got answers. And we're going to share a screenshot so you know this isn't just speculation. According to Safe Technologies, they're currently working on organizing a road trip where a vehicle powered by the Microsonic energy device will travel and embrace the road for the first time for us to see. If you remember on the launch day, they said it will be from Harare, Zimbabwe, all the way to Egypt.
So we drive our car to Cairo, live on TV, everyone watching. That would be enough. And right now we're doing this.
We tried asking for specifics if it will be so, but that question has not been answered yet. But this demonstration aims to prove that a vehicle can run for hours, or even days, without needing to stop for fuel or charging. We also inquired whether it will be a live stream and where to stream it. But we are still waiting for answers, and once we get answers, we will update you. But that's not all. When it comes to releasing confirmed and final prices for their products, Scythe Technologies has scheduled this for sometime in March. This aligns with what ZimTech guy mentioned earlier about the new website being launched soon, which could provide more detailed information about the products, pricing, and availability. Of course, we didn't stop there. Our team member also asked whether the products will be accessible outside Zimbabwe once they're unveiled in March. But we're still waiting for a clear answer on that. We'll keep you updated as soon as we are back. We also inquired about the exact dates for the road trip, but that information is still pending. If you have any more information about this,
Okay, so that is Maxwell Chikumbasu's technology. It's pretty impressive, huh, Zim?
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, like it completely decimates Tesla. Completely. I got my friend Mary. Mary's actually here. I thought you were here earlier, but it wasn't you. I'm here. How are you, love? Mary, where did you go? Okay.
Catch
she
you later,
said,
Ariel. I'm gonna go sleep now.
oh, get some sleep, right? It's midnight on your side. You get some
Yeah.
sleep. And thanks for
All
hanging
right,
out
see ya.
with us.
Thanks for coming in, brother.
No worries. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Mary's going to say something soon as her phone stops acting up. Drake, you still there? Okay, well, I'll wait for everybody to get back on. But yeah, this technology is gonna revolutionize how. Nope, Mary, I can't hear you. I can't hear you at all. This technology is the future. You don't go backwards from this. It's already out. Zimbabwe has it. He's talking to the president of Zimbabwe. Yeah, okay, yeah, step out and try to come back. Let's see if that works. So this is the future, guys. This is what's happening. It's not going to stop. So, you know, the idea that Elon, it has this superior technology and you know, all of these things. No, you know, now they have this AI thing that's pretty scary. I don't think that people really appreciate how scary this can be. As much as I love technology, it's necessary. It's how you move forward with humanity. It's just always the most wicked people always have their hands on it. And he's made it quite evident that whose side he's on. Let's see if we can hear Mary now. Mary?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear that lovely voice. How are you, my love?
I'm good.
Good.
I don't know if just 1 second, I'm gonna try and see if turn off my camera. Can you still hear me?
Yep, I can hear you perfect now.
Okay. It was just acting up a little bit, not cooperating. So what I did was I went out, came back in, and I just allowed it to do its thing rather than rushing it. I rushed it a moment ago. So sorry.
No, we've been having issues all day. My friend Drake, who is showing that he's here, but I don't even really think he's even here anymore because he hasn't said anything. But he's been having issues the entire time we've been here.
So that
Every
was
time-
a video about cars in Zimbabwe.
Yes, ma'am. That was Maxwell Chickenbotsu's invention. He uses radio frequencies and he's made a free energy car. You're
Oh
going to be
yeah.
able to implement in homes, everything. Like I said, like this annihilates Tesla and those cobalt batteries that are blowing up and all that kind of stuff. None of that stuff. So this guy is the future. We in Santana was sharing him and when he was developing all of this stuff for the past few years because we were watching this like, man, once once somebody decides that they're going to work with him, it's over. And
Yeah.
Zimbabwe, they were the smart ones. They were the ones that were like, get on up here. So things are looking really, really beautiful in regards to technology because you figure you have Maxwell Chickenbotsu, who has the free energy. You have Moses West with the water, his device that pulls the water out the air. Do you know him?
No.
Okay, let me show you him. This is what the future is supposed
Oh,
to be.
the technology that pulls the water out of the air. Yes, I'm aware of the technology. I don't remember the name of the person.
Yeah, his name is Moses West. And
Okay.
so you have him. You also have this other really brilliant guy, even though we're kind of moving away from gasoline, but it's going to be a while before we're completely away from oil. But
Mm-hmm.
it's making gasoline out of recycled plastic and it's running cars.
Mm.
Yeah, it's so much good stuff happening, but we don't get that news. We only get the, horrible stuff.
Yeah.
But the reason that Mary is here today is because she is going to talk to us a little bit about the sun. And it was so fitting because she sent me some pictures of a sun. And I was telling her that we were literally just talking about the sun. So explain to everybody what you are saying about the sun and the black sun and how it's man-made.
Yeah. Okay. The one term that I don't know a lot about is black sun, but I know more about. I'm aware of more about the Nemesis system, which is a planetary system like ours. Only it has orbits of planets that are, I guess you could say, broader and longer than some of our planets. So it has its, and it's also, it has its own magnetic force, just like our solar system has its own. And, each planet has its own um magnetic field, just like Earth. So Nibiru supposedly is a planet. Now, most I think, will say it's a fictional planet. Um, and I think it's even been mentioned in Star Trek. Um, if I can get to a page without losing you, I'm going to try to here.
Okay, take your time. And even if it kicks you out, I'm here to bring you right back. But is it the picture? Did you want me to share the pictures that you just sent me? Let's see if she can pull it up. And I think it's always so funny how they always make things mythology and make things what they actually are when all of our constellations are based off of the Greek mythology. It's hilarious. But we're supposed to believe that that's fake. While we're waiting for Mary to get back and bring those documents or pictures that she wants to show us, you guys share the video. If you have anything to add, if you want to jump on here, feel free to click the link. I pinned it at the top of the chat. So tonight's an open mic. We're open to any questions about artwork. We went over a lot of art today. So if you have any questions, and we also went over 9/11 too. So if anybody has any questions about that, I totally get it.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Star Trek, the movie Star Trek Into Darkness, they mention Nibiru as the name of a fictional planet.
Okay.
But it's Zecharia Sitchin that says Nibiru has a 3,600 year orbit. Every 3,600 years, it gets near our solar system. And can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. He says that it orbits the sun every 3,600 years. Zecharia Sitchin did. In AI, most of AI will tell you that it's a fictional planet, like a doomsday concept.
Yeah.
Because it's been in books and movies and video games, it's considered not real. But there is a complete society that watches for and looks for Nibiru. So my understanding is Nibiru is in this Nemesis system. And
yeah, no, when you were gone, I was saying to the audience that, they always say that things are like mythology, like Greek mythology, but yet all of our constellations are named after these Greek mythological characters. But we're supposed to pretend that it's not real because they said it's real, but they've made it real on everything that we use.
Right? Yeah. So that, again, it all to create cognitive dissonance.
Right.
That way you don't know whether to believe it or not. And that game's going to be up eventually. I mean, evil will leave this planet. Evil will leave eventually. So, but it's going to be a poop storm until then. So
I'm saying we're not going to be able to like completely be removed off of oil, like just like that. I don't think so. It's going to be a progression.
But the Earth is changing, and they have it. They present it to humanity, etc., all that's on this planet, in the Trojan horse of climate change. Well, our Earth is changing because the Nemesis system is affecting us every day, and it's getting closer and closer. So it's not because of jets, planes, and automobiles. It's not exactly because of that by any means. The stronger force is because of the system that's near us. So, but that doesn't sell, that doesn't get federal grants, that doesn't justify laws to control people. You know what I'm saying? So they have to put a pretty wrapper on it.
Yeah. And one of my one of my friends is saying that Narubu is the name of a fictional planet in Star Trek Into the Darkness. Narubu was also used to refer to the planet Jupiter when it was in certain positions in the sky. So he's confirming what you're saying, that, they can say that it's not real, but they're basing it off of something.
Correct. Yeah. Into the Darkness, the movie, is the one I told you about.
Yeah.
Where they mentioned it. But how much of Star Trek is real right now?
Almost all of it.
One of my favorites is when Scotty, when they go back in time, and Scotty sits down in front of a desktop computer, and he goes, "Hello, computer."
Oh my gosh, yes. You know what's so funny? Me and Santana were just watching a snippet from The Wrath of Khan, Let me go
Yeah.
grab something real fast, Mary, because it's so crazy that you're bringing Star Trek up. Hold on 1 second, guys. I want to get Santana in on this for a second. Hold on.
Hey guys, I'm back. Hey, sorry about that. My kids needed me to take care of something. I had to take care of the kids and had to put the chicken in the oven. Who's here with us? Mary, you still here, sweetheart? There
Can you
go.
hear me?
I can hear you now, sweetie. Can you hear me, Mary?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Please share. Please, I'm anxious to see what you were talking to Ariel about.
We were talking about the Nemesis system is an actual solar system, much like our own, and Nibiru is a part of that system, and it's getting closer and closer to our Nibiru. Zachariah Sitchin is the one who mentions that Nibiru comes near our orbits our sun every 3,600 years, and I sent Ariel some pictures, which you're more than welcome to post them there if you want to. Some friends of mine took some pictures of the sun, and you can see how it looks like there's almost two suns. Well, what it is one of those is Nibiru, and it's getting closer and closer. And that climate change is the pretty wrapper. They've wrapped all of this in explaining the changes that are happening on Earth, calling it climate change. But that's to get us to buy into making changes. The Earth is going to be, they're going to be volcanoes are going to be made to erupt because there's a huge magnetic pull in this system,
Yeah.
and with the size of the Nibiru planet, and that is going to cause us to have to go underground, in ground, or in caves for some periods of time. So this is going to cause volcanoes to erupt, and then of course whatever they decide to add on top of that, and it should cause the water to rise and move. Actually, that's why Florida is expected to be underwater within the next 5 years.
I'm listening, Mary. The picture that you sent of the sun. How did you send it to Ariel? Did you email it or did you send it through the phone?
No, on X, on her DM on X.
Can you email it to me? I like to show it. That sounds, yeah. If you have my email address. Go ahead, Drake. Go ahead, Drake. Now, if I've scared anybody, or you think this is fear mongering, this isn't fear. I'm not trying to fear monger. I'm just because we seem to keep going in the same direction of damaging this planet and each other, this living vessels. We are part of it. A decision has to be made. A decision has to be made. A decision has to be made, and we have to make a decision. And this thing is going. The epicenter is North America. This is why they're doing this thing, trying to speed this thing up. This is what's going on. And once this thing does what it does, our system is going to South Africa. Why South Africa? Because South Africa, for that reason, is going to be relatively safe. In addition to that, we have a president in place who's from Germany, and the person who's running our country right now, it just so happens to be South African. So that's their play. The system is trying to pick up its boots and pick up its wealth, not tell you a damn thing, and they move to South Africa, and we have to take the hit. That is the plan. You guys feel free to jump in at any time. Oh, I can pull up another piece of artwork. Okay. There's one more thing I want to show you guys. Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Hey, listen, I appreciate the shout out, folks. Listen, I'm just telling you that this was meant to be found, because we do still have a choice. This does not have to happen, but it is all our choice, the choices we make. So I just hope that you would share this information. And for those who are willing to listen, then let them hear. For those who have eyes to see, for those who have ears to hear, share the information, because we have to make a dramatic shift in how we're treating each other. We are terrible to one another, and we turn our backs on our fellow man and woman. We've gotten to a point now that someone says a child is missing, all we hear is "oh," and we move on with our day. What was supposed to happen is the whole world supposed to shut down if there's a missing child. If a child dies for no reason, we should be asking questions, but we're not treating each other properly. We are not treating each other properly, and we have to treat each other with respect and the earth with respect, because we are, right now, it's a ticking time bomb. It's a ticking time bomb that only we can correct. We can fix it. We can 100% fix it. And I just showed you the guy, Maxwell Chikambatsu. Let me show you some fantastic things. So you understand that this guy, Maxwell Chikambatsu, who created this technology that has free energy, let me elaborate on it a little further. This energy is this invention, the technology that he created is so awesome that he created. What it means is your car, it will convert your car over, add a device to your car, and your car will never, ever run out of gas. It never needs gas, no power ever again. It's over. And let's say that you have a house that doesn't have this this technology in the house. You can literally take the motorcycle that he created. It's the same thing. It runs 100% pure, free energy, free 100% free forever energy. You can attach your motorcycle to your house, and it powers the entire house. And this is a 5,000 square foot house. It powers the entire thing using free energy. if you didn't have one to put in your house. So I want you to understand, listen, I know things seem scary, but here is an option, my opinion, that I think that wouldn't be so bad for most of us who are scared to walk away from these comforts, but you're going to have to make a choice. You see that we have the free energy device that's selling in Africa, in particular Zimbabwe right now. And Traore, the commander over there in Burkina Faso, he just partnered with Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali all partnered up, and now they're buying these cars that run off of nothing but free energy. You dig? So the free energy already is in Africa. While we're over here fighting and kicking and scraping to get by, and the economy's crashing, planes are crashing, trains are crashing, all these things are taking place, Africa is already and have already started with free energy. I bet you didn't know that. There's not anything that they want to shout to the world because you're paying for gas. Your president is saying drill, baby, drill, when he knows full well about this invention. This invention was done back in 2013. And the reason why it hasn't been made public is because the inventor is from Zimbabwe. 2016, a gentleman by the name of Mugabe came into office and became the new president of Zimbabwe. And what he did was he kicked out the white settlers who had stolen the land from the indigenous people. He removed them because they were controlling 80% of the land. So he removed them and said, "Yeah, first off, you stole this, and we're poor while you're rich in our country from what you stole." As a result, Donald Trump, at the time, your president, the same one who's in place now, sanctioned Zimbabwe. So it was actually Donald Trump and his sanctions that stopped this from taking place in 2014. You dig? I'm sorry, 2018. Sorry, 2018. Mugabe was 2018. But Donald Trump, and in response to that, Donald Trump gave the white settlers between $8 and $18 billion worth of reparations. And yay, you don't see much of this on the news. That's what happened. But this has been out there. So understand, get used to it. We ain't got to be here. This don't have to happen. Think about, just look at this free energy device, right? And imagine you have nothing. Everybody's scared to lose their houses in X, Y, and Z. Check this out. It don't have to be so bad if we did something. Look at this right here. Take a look at this right here. That wasn't the one I wanted to show you. I'm going to show you another one. Let me show you a room so you can see the inside of everything. So you can see that inside of these houses that are super cheap. They're cheap. They start from $1,000 and go all the way up to like 100,000, depending on how elaborate you want it to be. But think about how life could be.
Are you looking for a unique and affordable?
This isn't either, because what I'm showing you, they literally just drop off at your house. I mean, you just find some land. Russia's already got it. You know, we should be able to have this now. Why won't we have these things? We should be doing this now. You still can do it. I want you to see the interior of these places. And okay, this should be it. And imagine we have a free energy device now.
Right behind me is the Volferta E5 model with a balcony. It measures 8.5 meters in length, 3.2 meters in width, and 3.2 meters in height. It features 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and a balcony, totaling 27.2 square meters. Let's start by taking a look at the materials. The main frame of the space capsule house is made of galvanized steel, a particularly sturdy aluminum alloy. Some customers might have concerns about its wind and seismic resistance, but rest assured, the entire space capsule house weighs 7.2 tons. Let's move to the back of the space capsule. In this area, two sets 1.5 horsepower air conditioner and 1 water heater. This is where the electrical and plumbing connections are made. Now, let's step inside the space capsule house. Here we have a smart door lock. Once you step inside, you'll notice that the interior is quite spacious. Wow, over here we have a large bedroom. And this area is the bathroom, complete with a toilet and a shower. There's a wash basin and a mirror here. The brightness of the mirror can be adjusted. Take a look at this small bar counter, perfect for enjoying a cup of coffee and having a chat. Moving on to the bedroom, you'll find a king-size bed. Measuring 1.8 meters, the bedroom is equipped with a projector and motorized curtains. And on this side, there's a generous balcony, 1.2 meters wide. It's a great spot to relax with friends over a cup of tea and a chat. From here, you can take in the breathtaking view. For more info,
that's a basic one. That's like $6,000. So there's 2 level joints. They got 2 level homes, 3 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, and so forth. So literally, all you do with these places is drop them off where you want them to be dropped off, and set them down. Plug in your water.
Hi everyone, behind me is our space capsule. And
understand that all you do is plug in your water and your electricity. Now, what does life look like where you can get a house for dirt cheap, 5 bedroom, 2 level, 3 level, already built, mostly all furnished? And Malcolm Chikimbatsu's invention with the free energy. This is not a bad, this is just an option for people who think that because they don't have any money or don't have any wherewithal, that things will have to be bad. What I'm saying is that the new world that's coming is here. It's on the east. They're already doing these very smart things. This is a cooler house. I think this might be a 2 bedroom. But these things are here. We got free energy, which means that your car you driving, television you watching, everything that requires power, it is now in a device that powers everything forever, and you never have a utility bill, and you never have to buy gas for your car, and you can own a house for a couple grand. You can do this right now. You can do this right now. You understand? You can do this right now. So if you're trying to figure out and saying, hey, you know, what am I going to do? What can we do to change it? X, Y, and Z. First off, if you have the opportunity to me, my opinion, if you have the opportunity to leave that place, if because there's no change, I would do so. And here's your option. Some of them start off at $900 and go all the way up to like $100,000 for an 8-bedroom joint, like they have them. But all you simply do is put them on a plot of land and connect your power, and you're done. So there's beautiful options out here for people who don't have the wherewithal and the money to go and try to build a bunker, which is not going to protect the wealthy. That is not the bunkers, and I'm just letting you know the bunkers is absolutely not going to protect the people in those bunkers. Mark Zuckerberg in his bunker, he is not protected. He will not be protected in that bunker. You can go and get yourself a normal size house for your lifestyle that's already prefabricated, super duper cheap. Get yourself that energy device, and don't go to Amazon, because Amazon tripled the price because they buy it from China and then triple the price to sell it to you. So don't buy it from them. You go directly to China. If you need to find someone what people are selling in China, you can get in contact with me. I've been doing business in China for 25 years. So just something to consider. How would your life look somewhere else? How would your life look somewhere else with 100% free energy after you buy this device? Just consider that. We can do that right now. Let me check and see if there's any questions. I'll have to get out this joint. This thing's been going on for a
Mary's
minute.
gone.
Yeah, Mary's gone. She was emailing you something, and I think she's emailing you those pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can look at those pictures and bring Mary back on, that would be awesome.
Is she coming back?
I believe so. She dropped off. I think she was getting the pictures. Ask Mary to come on. Hey guys, I'm going to get off of this thing. If there's any questions, how are you? Yeah, good question. Well, I know that I'm sticking around, and it ain't even my choice. It's in the artwork too, by the way. Artwork is one of my methods of doing things. Drake, go ahead, brother.
He hasn't been there the whole time.
Oh, he hasn't? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you want to finish this up?
Yeah, you can. Since Mary's gone, we can just close it out.
Okay.
I
Hey,
don't even know what my phone is.
for everybody who stuck around for this, thanks for listening. I ask you to. I think Drake might be back. Okay, Drake, you still there?
Okay, go to my Twitter account so I can show these pictures.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Tell Mary if she's around. Get back on.
All right, guys, let me pull up these pictures.
We need to go to the east.
Sorry, guys. This Q&A has been not formal because me and Santana are taking back and forth with the kids and getting dinner together. So we apologize. Okay, messages. Yeah, I have. All right.
And tell them if they're interested. I'm giving the identity of the Vitruvian man tomorrow.
Okay, here we go. All right, let me make sure you guys can see that. Oh, you muted? Oh, sorry, Drake. I'm sorry. I must have muted you earlier. Sorry, you can speak. I apologize. Okay, why isn't it sharing? All right, hold on. Let me try to do this again, guys. Okay, Mary's back too.
Murray's back.
Okay, I'm trying to share this now, Mary.
Okay, honey.
1 second. Here we go. All right, Mary. So you want to explain what we're looking at? What the heck does Santana have this screen on? He did something weird. Okay, there we go. All right, let me get this chat off of here. All right, can y'all see? Did it go away?
No, we can see it now.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Mary, tell us what we're looking at. Well, first of all, everybody knows it's the sun, but how amazing are these shots, first off?
Yeah, so I did a little research on X, Twitter, and there have been people noticing something different in our sun significantly more at sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't pay any attention to that, and I went. Someone I know on Facebook, someone I follow on Facebook, shared these pictures, and they're from 4 different locations, as you can see. But they're very similar, and so they were noticing things about the sun. I went back on Facebook. I can't. Apparently, I didn't share it. I just saved the photo, and I can't find who did it. I might actually repost it and say, okay, which one of my friends posted this?
Right, right.
But the point being, they're taking it different places, and there's been many pictures on X shared, weird sun pictures in the evenings at sunset. So people are noticing a change in the sun and its appearance, because this is part of the Nemesis system that's changing the look of our sun, as well as changing the planet. And there are many pictures on X that'll show you. There's even there is proof of Nibiru as well. There's some great pictures on X. People have been able to capture it.
She said
I don't personally have any, but I know when I do research, that's one of the places I look, because there's such great pictures on there. And there is a group on X called Zeta, the Zeta followers. They keep people up to date on what the Nemesis system is doing and how it's affecting the Earth, because one of the first things that's going to happen will be volcanic eruptions.
Yeah.
And that's one of the proofs that it causes a pressure to occur in the Earth. And already in the out west, I think it's Yellowstone.
Yes,
they're expecting Yellowstone to blow at any time.
Yep. Santana and I showed. Did you ever look at the video we did about the Last Supper?
I've not finished it yet. I got to watch a little bit before I jumped in with you guys. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that video.
And I'm gonna finish that when we get off of here. Yeah.
Yeah, that video, we're showing you that Da Vinci is showing that it's not the Last Supper, it's the last super volcano. And
yeah,
erupting in the painting.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it explains why you're seeing all of these volcano eruptions taking place. I mean, it's volcanoes erupting all over the place. Japan, Italy, Hawaii. Greece had 403 days. Iceland, they kept getting them. They kept, first of all, Iceland got like 100 earthquakes.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
1 year.
Earthquakes are a big one to follow. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean, we clearly see that something is happening, and like you said, it's not global warming. That is the way that they try to cover up what is happening. That is completely out of their control. They have no power over it.
Except the damaging the earth and killing people.
Well, yeah, that's
what causes.
Yeah, but they're gonna whatever survives is gonna try to say that this was the reason for the population declining the way that it has. And in fact, I'm pretty sure that they're going to try to blame this on the airplanes falling out the sky.
In Diddy.
And Santana said in Diddy, because every Diddy did everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he broke the mold, didn't he?
Listen, they
Yeah.
are taking it all to him. I mean,
Yeah.
they're saying he killed Tupac, he killed Biggie, he killed Brittany Murphy, they're saying he just killed everybody, and I'm just like, oh,
Brittany Murphy. They tied him to Brittany Murphy.
Yes. I said, what are we going to hear next? Like he was in utero and killed JFK. Like, I mean, like, is he like Satan's spawn? Like,
No, I know what we do. Let's pin. Wait a minute. What's her name? What was her name?
Amelia Earhart.
No.
He's got Amelia Earhart.
That's too far back.
He's
Nicole Brown.
Nicole Brown. Well, you know
they're going to pin Nicole Brown on him.
According to the numbers that me and Santana,
I think that's hilarious.
Nicole Brown has something to do with the Kardashians.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we did a whole video on that too, showing the numbers, because you know how we just follow the numbers and it shows you and it pinpoints locations and people. But I think that Amelia, I think when Diddy was in utero, when he was in his grandmother's you know, he was in his grandmother's tubes before she had his mother, and in that time he enslaved Amelia Earhart and kept her as a sex slave and kept her in radio. I think that's what happened, and
that's why she went missing.
Yeah, and he's the one who gave the luggage up. He gave the luggage up. That was all he was going to give up. It's a
See, I thought P. Diddy was gay.
He is gay.
That's what I thought. I thought he was gay all along.
Yeah, because you got eyes to see.
I never thought he was a straight man.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, I wish that people could just, but see, they can't be who they are because they're pushing propaganda. They're pushing a narrative that they want to corrupt the cities with, so our children end up in jail and our children sell drugs. That's the reason what they were designed for, and to exploit.
Listen, they did something to. I just heard the other day. Barbara Bush. They did something to her while she was still in the womb. There's something they do to cause them to be more andronergic. Oh, wait. Androgynous.
Maybe they pumped her up with extra testosterone.
They do something to make them to have both male and female.
In
their bodies. And even though, because people were saying that she looks like a man. There was someone that's Jesuit shared on Twitter that they go into the womb and do something to the baby. I didn't hear exactly what it was, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but somehow that creates a more androgynous person. It can even make them have both genders. Or maybe have the genitals of one, but the whatever of another, Anyway, I did find that out just recently. That was just disturbing.
But that's because that's like the Kemet stuff, because the hermaphrodites were the deities. They were the ones that they were basically like they were
Well, they're not a deity if some man is going in there and doing
well,
something.
natural hermaphrodites, but we now know that
Yeah.
the manipulation has been going on for a very, very long time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm not surprised at all that they're tailoring these people to be hermaphrodites, because hell, the Basquiat picture, the Basquiat painting that I decoded shows that Beyonce's a hermaphrodite.
Mm-hmm.
All of these people who have all of this access and wealth and all of that stuff, they all got a really big secret that they're not telling people about. And I mean, they don't necessarily have to. You don't have to tell people what's going on in your pants, but you know, it's deceiving. It's deceiving.
No, but you know what? If we would have known how many hermaphrodites there were on television back in the 70s and 80s, 60s and 70s, honey, TV wouldn't be what it is right now.
You got that right. And that's why they lie. That's why they got to keep the lie going. Because
that's why they have to deceive. That's the only way we'd, what one generation tolerates, the next will embrace.
You got it. Santana always says anything can be normalized. Slavery was normalized. So
that's
anything
right.
could be normalized. So what? What? Forgiveness? Oh, Santana was I don't know where y'all ended up, but he was okay. But no, let me show you the website. But the thing that would keep everybody from starving, the thing that would get everybody working is this right here. Let me show you. This will get things back on track, because more than anything, people need to see. You need to be able to see. And our technology not only gives people vision, but it creates jobs. And it creates jobs for the young. So you're not going to have children as dependents for very long. Once they hit 14 years old, they can go out there and start making their own money. And that's why our technology is being held up, because the powers that be do not want us to have independence. They do not want your children to have independence. They want to control it, like they wanted to control the technology. This technology went before MIT. When Santana first was coming out with this stuff, he was talking to all the people that, are supposed to be smart. And they were setting up a TED Talk for him and everything. And everything went off the table when he said he didn't want to make it another machine. The whole purpose of him inventing this technology was so everyone would have access. They wanted to take that away. They wanted to turn it into a college course. And Santana's like, no, why would you need a college course if I can just train you? It's just training. Just like every other trade out here, you could just get the training and you know how to do it. But they want to find a way to keep people in debt. They want to find a way to,
put a price tag on it.
Yeah.
A barcode. Just like they want to do with nature. They want to put a barcode on every tree, every blade of grass.
Yeah, what is that? The blockchain.
Yeah.
Every
absolutely.
And Santana's saying, and once we actually have the free energy, you're not going to have to dig in the ground anymore. Like what we're doing. We're not going to have to do mining. We're not going to have to do power lines. We're not going to have to do the stuff for the plumbing. We're not going to have to do any of that stuff. We're not going to have to disrupt the earth anymore, because that's all we're doing. We're just tearing everything down. And listen, every cause has an effect. So if you're constantly tearing down trees, if you're constantly drilling and digging down in ice capsules and land where it's oil and gold and crystals and diamonds and all of that kind of stuff, well, there's going to be an effect. There's going to be a shift. that's going to take place that nobody can have any kind of control over, because this place is massive. They'll never be able to have any control over it. That's why, honestly, the thought of Yellowstone, even us thinking that we had any kind of control over that, was just crazy, because even if it doesn't get activated on its own, it's nothing for our enemy to just drop something, not even something major, right inside of it.
You got a video saying about dropping a bomb.
Oh, Santana saying the Soviet Union has a video about dropping a bomb in Yellowstone. Wait a minute. Have you heard of that, Mary?
That who did what?
The Soviet Union has a video about dropping a bomb in Yellowstone. Have you heard of that?
No, but I know that they have something called the Gate to Hell, where they dug into the ground deeper than 7 miles. I don't know how many miles. I don't know, but I don't know if you've seen the photos of it, but look up the Gate to Hell in Russia.
Gate. To see the Gates of Hell tourist spot all for good. Okay, let's see what this is about. This is 2 years ago. All right, let me share this. Do you want me to check it? Okay. We're tapping each other in. Who's gonna check the dinner? Who's gonna deal with the kids? My computer's stuck. What's going on? I think I put out way too much information today, and this thing is like overload.
And the grid,
yeah,
the grid under us is going to exacerbate the fires because we've got all the oil fields.
Look at this. She's saying the gates of hell. She said this is what
Look at that. Look at that. I mean, that's freaking amazing.
It's like that eternal flame.
It has never
As nicknames go, the Darvaza gas crater has one that feels like it fits. An open pit burning for years. Locals call it the gateway to hell.
There's no other place like it on Earth.
Canadian George Karunas knows the crater well. An explorer and adventurer, he's actually been inside.
You totally expect the devil himself to come jumping out of this crater with horns and a pitchfork in the tail and the whole works. So I totally understand how it got the name Gateway to Hell.
Now, it looks a lot like a volcano. It's not. Karunas describes it as part natural phenomenon and part industrial accident. There are conflicting timelines and conflicting histories. But somewhere around 1970, a sinkhole collapsed, either naturally or because a crew was drilling for oil, and methane gas started spewing out. Soviet authorities decided the best way to get rid of that gas was to set the crater on fire and let the methane reservoir underground eventually burn itself out.
That was literally decades ago, and it's burning as brightly today as it was 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years ago.
While the burning of the methane may be better for the environment than just letting it escape, it's still bad. So the Turkmenistan government is hoping to seal it up. It's studying pitches from scientists on how to do that, and it has the financial backing of an international development bank. There is recognition that just hoping it runs out isn't a great option.
Yeah, so the gates of hell.
There are those who might miss it, mostly adventurers looking to cross something off a bucket list.
I think it's ready.
Or in this guy's case, to cook a marshmallow over it. Turkmenistan's former president actually used the crater as part of a campaign in 2019 to demonstrate his vitality, doing donuts in the desert beside the gates of hell. Well, the country now hopes closing those gates, sealing it off, they can put it to a better use and capture the natural gas instead. Mike Armstrong.
Wow. Let me see. I think I actually knew about that. Let me see here what Santana's talking about. He says Soviet Union drop bomb in Yellowstone. Oh, there it is right there. Let's see. Montana. Big nuclear test ever too big. Holiday. Soviet Union built atomic bomb so fast. I don't see it. I don't see what he's talking about. I don't see what he's talking about. When he comes back up, maybe he'll guide me better, but I don't know what he's talking about. But I mean, I'm not surprised though. I wouldn't put it past them to weaponize something that's just easy. It's just so simple. I mean, why? It's just low hanging fruit. You don't have to usher out a huge military and that you would have to feed and house and all of that stuff. You just one quick swoop. That would do it. That would do it.
You know, I mean, think about that sinkhole. That sinkhole just absolutely. I mean, that to be, and I've been around when sinkholes have happened, and they're, I mean, your eyes, you know, your pupils will get big while you're seeing it happen. It's happened in my city, and I happened to be driving by while it was happening, and it's like you almost can't believe it.
You can't believe what you're seeing.
I
You're
haven't, but the ones I've seen, I mean, they've been parking lot sized, you know, like at a big grocery store parking lot, whole parking lot. Whew. But that is monstrously large and wide.
And they have no control over it. And how?
No.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
Hey guys, sorry, we got to cut this thing short. My kid
Okay.
Now, Mary, it's good talking to you. Let's catch up tonight after this, offline.
No problem.
Thank you so much for coming on, and everybody, hey, just share this information, and know that we have a choice. We have a choice.